and welcome to the Funfiltered podcast. I'm Sam, and I am joined by Eddie.
Hello.
And Jordan.
That's right, Sam. Today I'm joined by Eddie.
Hello.
And Sam.
Hello. For those of you following our thus far short-lived career in podcasting, we were called Unscripted, and now we are called Funfiltered, and the new management. Yes. So Jordan, set the scene.
Yes. We're recording the podcast at the moment.
We are.
We are indeed. We're also drinking, aren't we? Not alcoholically,
No.
Unfortunately.
No.
Such as rules. But I am drinking Diet Coke.
Is that a rule?
Is it a rule?
Yeah.
Are you saying that
might be a
we
rule.
can drink?
Well, not to drink on podcasts.
Well, I'm imagining what I would be like drunk on a podcast, and
Right.
we might
how
save
do you,
that for future content.
How do you suspect you might be on a...
Well, drunk me is far too affectionate at the best of times.
Right.
So I don't
Okay.
need to bring that into the podcast just
telling
yet.
our 3 viewers how much you love them. Is that what it would be?
I think I have told all 3 of our viewers at separate points that I love them on nights out.
Right. In real life, is it?
Strictly speaking, we don't have any viewers.
Not at the moment, no.
We have
no,
listeners.
We have listeners.
We have listeners.
Thank
yes.
you.
Well, I thought we were going to keep that going, but okay.
Pedantry.
Um,
So, yes.
But yes, we are drinking beverages of the Coca-Cola variety.
Explicitly.
One more diet than the others.
Yes. And not drunk by the person you least expect of it, I would say. Straight
The
out
more
of the
things
gate.
change, the more they stay the same, huh?
Sam has decided he would like to continue insulting Jordan as part of the podcast.
Yeah, less of a recurring gag and more of a lifestyle choice, I would say.
More of a religious routine, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, where are we, Jord?
Where are we? We're at your house, Sam.
Yes, we are. What time is it?
It's 10 o'clock?
Okay.
Roughly.
That is time. Yes, 10 o'clock.
And just, give a vague air of...
In the night, I should say.
in the night. 10 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
Give a vague impression of the state of affairs between us at the moment.
Okay.
What's just happened? What are we doing? How are we feeling?
We're all sat at a table
Yeah,
recording a podcast.
Right.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about there? Or?
Well, was there anything in specifically you were referring to?
No, I mean, our listeners can infer, I'm sure, that we're recording a podcast.
Yes.
It was more just, I'm bloated in a way from quite a lot of pizza.
Yes.
Are you bloated?
I
suppose, yes.
Yes.
I do feel particularly fat right about now.
Do you feel particularly fat?
We also watched Breaking Bad, didn't we? Well, we've been watching Breaking Bad.
We have been watching.
At the time of recording, El Camino is how many days away?
What's the date today?
It is the 10th. No, it's not. It's the 1st of October. I was looking at I got a digital watch. I was looking at the month.
It's in 10 days' time.
It's in 10 days' time. So in preparation for that, me and Sam have been going back through Breaking Bad, watching the show in its entirety. We're about a third of the way through series 4 at the moment.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we watched a couple of episodes prior to recording.
So, any kind of fresh observations or fresh feelings about the show on the watch?
I'm really liking the show a lot more on this run. This is my second proper run of the show. I've seen like highlights and stuff after my initial watch, which I saw when it was airing, kind of. Because we live in the UK.
We do.
And for a while, we couldn't get Breaking Bad in the UK, or we barely could.
No, it was, I think the first season was shown on 5 USA, I think. Or
Okay.
maybe FX over here. And then the second season was on 5 USA, I believe. But they scheduled it so that the season 2 finale was on New Year's Eve.
Right.
At like midnight. So no one was watching, obviously. And then basically just the UK lost the rights to distribute the show.
Did Series
broadcast
3
the show.
even show over here?
No, it didn't at all.
No.
I think between seasons 4 and 5, it went to Netflix.
Okay.
And then, so my history with the show is I sort of discovered it after its 3rd season had ended, I think, in 2010. When over here, it was basically a total cult kind of side obscure thing.
Yeah.
and then followed it through its ascendancy from everyone I talked to about the show hadn't heard of it. And by the end of us being in school, HMV had a section just dedicated to Breaking Bad memorabilia, which I resent to this day. Because I feel like it's like when a small band you like makes it big. My identity is tied up with that show. So the same people that I was recommending it to would years later recommend it back to me in that kind of vicious, horrible circle.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And I don't like that everyone's seen it. And I don't like that when people say to me, what's the greatest show ever made? And I say Breaking Bad, it's like, oh, well, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
You're supposed to like TV. That's kind of an obvious answer. But it is.
But it is. It's in the Guinness World Records.
It is. The most critically acclaimed.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not lying to you.
Would you say on the rewatch that it's shaping up to be the greatest show of all time for you?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think there are other shows that do certain things either as well or better than Breaking Bad.
Right.
But on balance, when you take everything into account.
Yeah.
I think I said to you tonight that we were kind of halfway through series 3 and I said it was humble.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Is that it was Breaking Bad is a very humble show.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it's being pretentious. It doesn't feel like it's trying. It's just sort of going along very nicely, and it's,
Yeah.
And you don't resent anything about it when you're watching
it's incredibly smart without being smart arse.
Yes, that as well.
And it's humble even in its final act, which I won't give any spoilers away, but things get Shakespearean, and very dramatic and explosive. But they earn every little moment of drama. It's, for every big thing that happens, there's like 6 episodes preceding it that qualify it, I suppose, for those explosive moments. You've watched Breaking Bad as well, haven't you, Eddie?
I've watched that all the way through. Once fully. The first series I have seen more than once, but that is because it took me more than one go to get into.
I've heard that quite a lot.
But rewatching it today, I don't really remember any of it.
Right.
So, it has been a while.
Yeah.
I discovered it after, I think the last series had...
After the whole thing was over?
I think it was over.
Yeah. So you're one of the people I hate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So to sort of sit and rewatch it now, I'm very happily enjoying myself.
Yeah. It's, we're in season 4 at the moment, as you said,
yes.
Which I would say is the greatest season of anything, period.
Anything, period.
Yes.
Anything ever.
Anything ever.
There's no better... You speaking strictly in terms of drama or in terms of television as a whole?
Television as a whole.
Right.
I feel comedy...
Well, that's a bold statement. I don't think we can leave
unchallenged.
Yes.
Well, the comedy is... There are obviously great comedies and there are brilliantly structured comedies and all the rest of it. But the nature of comedy...
It's just the sound of me pouring my Diet Coke. That'll show up or not?
It will, I think. Okay. A lot of fizzing.
Coca-Cola, if you want to sponsor us. We've got a new home now. We need sponsors.
Yeah, a new home, but the same old gags,
yes.
It would seem.
Yeah.
Like I said, comedy can be brilliant, obviously, and in terms of what we write, that's what we would favour, I would say, to favour the right comedy. Mm-hmm. But the nature of drama, I think, in terms of segmenting it into seasons, it's easier to get a fuller feeling kind of unit in a drama. Even though,
typically at least, dramas as a show, they're typically seen as one unit, whereas comedy you can sort of drop in anywhere and like watch any...
But it's segmented even further into episodes. So comedies, it's like, what are the great episodes of Community, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously it's in its heyday with seasons 2 and 3.
Community is.
Yes, but when I think of that, it's not like, season 2 is like this great unit of art, it's more about individual episodes.
Okay.
Whereas with dramas, obviously you can get great individual episodes, but it's easier, I think, to achieve a really full feeling season of television. Because I would say, Breaking Bad season 4. I'll throw some others. That's Eddie coughing. I'll throw a few other seasons into the mix.
Okay.
Season 2 of Fargo.
Okay.
Season 2 of The Leftovers, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say that nobody listening has watched, except one person.
Okay.
I was going to name him then. I was like, oh no, it'd feel weird.
Yeah.
Well, we're going for universal appeal here.
I was to say that could certainly, because I would have expected it to be one or two people listening.
Right. So. Yes. It's the smartest one.
2 people listening. We lost a listener. There's 2 people listening.
No. Just one of 2 of them I expect may have seen The Leftovers.
I see.
But yeah, fair enough.
I feel like I've recommended it to all 3 of our listeners.
Yes.
Yeah. It's nice that we have... that our listeners are equal to, the people providing the content. There isn't that rule with like theatre that you can only go on if it's... Is it double the amount of people that are in the play have to be present?
Just the cast or the crew as well?
The cast.
Okay. Yeah.
Or is it the same amount as the people on the stage?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I can look it up.
Because at the moment, this podcast operates at a neutral frequency. We're not charged negatively or positively.
No.
We're completely leveled out.
We've got 3
If we get one more follower, we're sorted. But we could easily lose one as well. And then we're fucked. Yeah. So what was that? Season 2 of The Leftovers.
Season 2 of The Leftovers. Season 4 of Breaking Bad. Season 2 of Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also throw Season 3 of The Leftovers into the mix, but it feels weird putting a season from the same show in.
Okay.
The Shield season.
Well, I was going to say,
4?
actually, you saying about throwing in series 3 of The Leftovers. I would throw in season 4 and/or series 5 of The Shield.
Right.
I wouldn't know which one to pick of the 2.
Why
So
5?
Typically, I would.
Because 4 to me is the obvious choice.
Yes. I don't know. 5.
Again, sorry, I don't think many people, well, anyone listening.
Oh yeah, people probably won't know what The Shield is either.
Which is surprising to us, how that's sort of fallen through the cracks of
it doesn't
pop
seem,
culture.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the type of show that would do that. It seems like, on the surface at least, it's the type of thing that has mass appeal. It's like a cop show.
It's a cop show, and it's always on the list of like the greatest shows of the century and of all time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
really, no one's. If you bring up those other Mad Men, the Wire, The Sopranos, Twin Peaks, a lot of people have seen those shows or heard of them.
Yeah.
But whenever I bring up The Shield, it's like, oh, the Marvel thing.
Yes.
Agents of
Oh
S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah, we're not talking about that.
We're definitely not talking about that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's The Shield and The Leftovers, if you take anything away from this podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you've already seen Breaking Bad, haven't you, you cunts?
Oh, I guess it's that kind of podcast.
It's on the coast, making me hyper.
Was it?
Coca-Cola, we're still like, if you're still interested, let us know.
He is on Coca-Cola and nothing else.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So we have El Camino coming up.
Yes.
Good. I mean, this is all. What do we think it might be? I suppose.
Yes. I mean, you start off with that. It is, in my opinion, a good trailer for the fact of I still don't know what's going to happen, and you don't get that with most trailers these days.
Yeah, it gives no plot details away.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It communicates a tone, which is what trailers should do.
Yes.
Right. I have a few problems with El Camino. Bearing in mind that by the time the next podcast comes out, it could be amazing, brilliant, and I could love it and all the rest of it. But going into it, I've read the final page of the finale script for Breaking Bad was made available online. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen all of Breaking Bad. It ends with Jesse escaping the facility where he's been held prisoner for months. Yeah, definitely months.
Yeah.
And in the script, it says, Jesse tears through the gates. He screams in newfound freedom. And then Vince Gilligan, the writer, says, I don't know where he's going. I like to call it somewhere better and leave it at that. And I like that. I like the ambiguity of that. I like the fact that, yes, if you rationally think about it, it's like, well, he's probably going to get caught. The police are obviously going to be looking for him. And when the show ended, that was one of the big things that was being flagged as, the BuzzFeed articles, like, the actual sad, tragic ending of Breaking Bad. Yeah. This feels like an answer to those questions in the form of like a coda to the TV series. But just the fact that he said, I like to leave it at that. Well, you obviously don't.
Yeah, you haven't.
You haven't left it at that. So there's that. There's also the fact that given how the events of Breaking Bad play out, Jesse can't die in the film. Again, that's quite a bold claim because by the time of the next podcast, the film will have come out and you'll know.
Yes.
And Sam will be sobbing into his notepad because of Jesse's
But he can't possibly die.
Yes.
You can't end Breaking Bad with him escaping and then just have a coda where he just gets killed. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the trailer has a very elegiac, funereal tone is what I got from it.
Oh, you're talking about like at the end, like you ready? Like that?
No, just the general vibe of like sadness to it. Okay. And I guess that's maybe they're trying to say that's what has to pull away from.
Yes.
But yeah, in a way I'd kind of admire them if Vince Gilligan, if he did kill Jesse. Because it's so like uncompromisingly bleak.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay. But he can't really. It sort of undermines the thing that preceded it.
Then again, Breaking Bad is sort of a tragedy, is it not? There are certainly elements of tragedy to it, so it would make...
Yeah, no, it's definitely
it's
a
not
tragedy.
out of the realm of possibility that they could do that.
No, but it was a tragedy for... Well, yeah, it was broadly a tragedy, I guess, but it's the story of Walter White, isn't it? And Jesse is part of that story.
Yes.
But I don't know, I just don't feel like... It feels cheap to end the film on a different note than the TV series did. Because it undermines the purpose in the first place. It's like when people... I've heard Damon Lindelof, the creator of Lost, talk about this. How when The Sopranos ended, spoiler alert, it's just an arbitrary cut to black. Everyone was kind of watching the scene and analysing it and like... you have to watch it 20 times to sort of get its true meaning. And he made the point of the showrunner wouldn't be as cheap to make you have to watch 30 times to know his intention. He presented you with his intention there and then.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're then compromising what you've done with what you do next, it doesn't feel... It'd be like recasting the Joker after Heath Ledger or something. It's...
Which they've done twice.
But not in that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
in that story,
yeah.
in that universe.
Yeah.
Okay. No, well, my question would be...
I talked for a while there. I apologise.
That's all right. If you do end the film on the same note as the TV show, Breaking Bad now, if you do end it on the same note, then what's the point of doing a film?
Yes, what's the point? But at the same time, I feel like principally the film does exist because it could, and because people kept asking, well, is Jesse going to get caught? But also, it's just a bit more Breaking Bad. And so if ultimately it's just a bit more Breaking Bad with essentially the same resolution, I'm okay with that.
Could it not be argued that Better Call Saul, though, is a bit more Breaking Bad? Quite a bit more Breaking Bad, even.
But what do you mean?
Well, Better Call Saul is also still happening.
Yes.
Not sure how much longer it's happening for.
That they haven't... They still haven't given
an end date.
Yeah.
But I mean, tonally and in terms of the way the show is made and presented, it's very reminiscent of Breaking Bad. The story that Jimmy McGill is taking, there could be parallels drawn between him and Walter White.
Absolutely.
And also there are many characters from Breaking Bad who are also in it, many returning locations as well.
Yeah.
So, if El Camino it exists to be more Breaking Bad...
The thing is, the difference
You've already
is...
got more Breaking Bad.
I also love Better Call Saul. My only issue with Better Call Saul is that it hasn't escaped the trap of inevitability that prequels often have.
Right.
For me.
Okay.
Like a prequel, most of the time is redundant because it's leading towards a story you already know, you know?
Yeah.
There are obviously characters in Better Call Saul whose fates we don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, it hasn't shifted away enough from that for it to really hold up as engaging television as Breaking Bad was. Whereas El Camino, it could go in any direction because it's the future, it's not the past.
Then again, quickly with Better Call Saul, I mean, every season has begun with a flash forward to Saul after the events of Breaking Bad.
Yes.
It's not hiding the fact that it's a prequel.
No.
Presumably they're building up to something that, in the fact that it's a prequel, presumably they're writing the show with that in mind. It's not just kind of like, oh, we're writing this story that just happens to exist before this other story.
Yeah, but I could be wrong, but I don't think that they're going to... The Saul's... In the finale of Better Call Saul...
Which finale?
The finale.
Oh, you're talking like...
in the future.
Okay. It will probably end with...
It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... It will probably end with... the modern day, or some sort of intercutting between then and now, to draw some sort of parallel.
Yes.
But I don't think they'll commit a substantial amount of time to showing him in the here and now.
Okay.
I don't think they'll, because I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
For it to sort of get its prequel story done, and then we're now in the modern. But again, it would sort of be cheap because that's not the show. The show is the story of Jimmy McGill.
Yeah.
They're not going to. Season 6 is not going to be.
No.
All of a sudden, it's him on the run in the modern day.
Yeah.
And I sort of don't want it to be that because it would be cheap. I don't know where you were going.
No, I was say with El Camino then.
Yeah.
I feel like we briefly touched on this before we started recording, but with El Camino, is it possible that Jesse is going to meet Sol?
Oh yes, I've seen that floated as a possibility that
Yeah.
Better Call Saul and El Camino
Will intersect.
Will intersect, yeah.
Again, I'll say no for the same reason. They wouldn't. Each thing has to have its own individual identity. Yes, it would be strange if you watched El Camino without having watched Breaking Bad.
Yes.
I doubt the film is gonna. It could well hold up as just a single piece of drama, but I doubt it. It seems so coda-y to the show,
Yes. Yeah.
But I just don't think that they. Better Call Saul is now its own thing. It will not come back into the world of Jesse.
Okay.
I just don't see it happening.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but also given the circumstances that both are in, I really don't see how they would meet up. Nobody knows where Saul is, who he is now.
No.
It would be. It would be bad writing if he does meet Saul in the film. I'll say that right now.
Okay. You hear that, Vince Gilligan?
Yes.
Sam would not approve. Therefore, you know what must be done. But as like a sort of TLDR, what is our sort of
As a what?
TLDR?
What's that?
Although I suppose they've been listening all along, so it's not really worth. Too long didn't read, I believe is the abbreviation. So it's like it's a little opinion you put at the end or at the beginning.
Okay.
As like if you can't be bothered to read all of this or listen to all of this, this is basically what I think.
I've never heard of that before.
Okay.
A TLDR.
Too long didn't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're familiar with that, Eddie, right?
Vaguely. I've heard the abbreviation.
Where does one find this abbreviation?
I've seen it about like comment threads and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think it's one of those things that like internet users have adopted.
Right.
Press
Too
F,
long.
Press
If
F
you
to
don't
pay
have
respects,
if you don't have the time in your life to read an article, it summarizes its point at the end.
Yeah.
Great for a teaser
Or
trailer though.
comments. I think mainly comments because some people like to really go in with their.
Right.
You okay there, Sam?
Nah.
Sam has been broken by the modern age.
Okay.
I just. Yeah, never mind.
But anyway, yes,
yes,
as a TLDR,
Yeah.
to El Camino, what are we thinking going in? Are we excited? Are we...
I am definitely excited.
Okay. Eddie, what is your sort of impression going in?
Yes, again, I'm definitely excited, but I hope they don't fuck it up.
Yes, I'm very cautious. The one thing I won't say that you find a lot of people saying with this sort of thing, if it's bad, it's not going to ruin Breaking Bad. It's not. It's just not. Because Breaking Bad it started, it ended, it's over.
Unless it's so horrific and it plays with the series.
This is
by compromising what the series did.
But
that's even more excuse not to even give it the time of day.
No, but if the film is bad,
yeah,
and if whatever they do to Jesse, like, can you realistically watch the final episode of Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
And look at Jesse in that final moment and think, I now know what happens to him. And
I'm relatively good, if I do say so myself,
okay,
at segmenting my thought in that way.
Okay.
I could just think, oh, that's the end now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, my mind.
No, he doesn't. Like, the film doesn't happen.
Yeah.
He doesn't like meet Godzilla. And
obviously,
they have a battle in, you know.
Obviously, my brain, whenever I get to the end of Breaking Bad again, is going to then add that thing on, like, oh, then this happens. No. But if it's not good, it won't matter to me. Okay. It won't ruin anything about the original show.
Okay.
What about you?
I think it'll be like a Toy Story 4 situation.
Yes, I agree.
It'll be good. And everyone will go, okay, it was good, thank God.
Okay, stop.
Don't do any more. Yeah. We're happy with this.
See, still haven't seen Toy Story 4.
It's really good.
Is it? Because I was content with the first three, particularly the way we rounded 3
it's
off.
Not like is like a coda, isn't it? Toy Story 4.
Yeah, I was thinking this, but
3
given
is
the ending,
also an ending.
3's an ending, but given the ending of 4, that's the one thing that makes it not a coda. If it was just them going to meet Bo Peep, it'd feel like a coda.
Okay.
But given the
way
the finality of that ending, that's the ending now.
Someone
dies,
what I mean? Don't they?
No one dies. They're toys.
Someone dies. Someone's not real.
Oh, did the penguin...
Buzz Lightyear lose an arm.
What's the pet? Wheezy. Did Wheezy die?
Did he die?
Lung cancer.
I don't know. I don't know.
You timed that far too well for me taking a drink.
Eddie was drinking his Coca-Cola.
I wasn't in.
Registered copyright.
We have to get
sponsor.
a klaxon.
Yes.
We definitely should.
We're not giving in, listener who has already complained about this gag.
I mean, we can carry on. I mean, there are other items in this room that we could
there are.
shout out.
Sam, what is in this room?
Whoa. We have like 3 conversations going on now. We'll get back to the shameless product placement.
Okay.
But yes, no, I generally agree that I highly doubt that at the end of El Camino I'm going to go, and it's over.
Yes.
Whereas I did, for instance, with the Deadwood movie.
Okay.
Because that show was cancelled, and it doesn't conclude; it just ends. You know? And then the film was, and we're done.
Okay.
But I suspect, Breaking Bad, it has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. This will just be a nice extra slice. All right.
Hopefully, a nice send off for Jesse.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I will say, in all of fiction, I don't think there's ever a character that I've cared about more. In terms of, there's just something about Jesse. It's obviously the performance, the writing, everything. But when I was growing up, Lost was my kind of show. And that show, more than any others, I would say, is great at making you care about those characters. But Jesse, I would say, overtakes them. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, I certainly think highly of Jesse.
Yes.
Or however you say that.
Yes.
About a fictional character.
Yeah.
No, I will. I would be horrified if he meets an unpleasant fate. In El Camino.
Well, the thing is, because Breaking Bad, we've talked a long time about Breaking Bad now.
We have.
We'll move on swiftly, but the moment, everyone has like their moment where they stopped supporting Walt.
Says you.
Most people have like, when did you like start thinking he went too far?
Okay.
And
Jordan doesn't think he ever went too far.
No, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Objectively, very early on, I was against what he was doing. But in terms of like actually hating the character, it's when he makes Jesse cry. It's like, no. There's no coming back from that now. You crossed the line. But yeah, you basically think that he's entirely correct all the time, don't you?
Not entirely correct. I mean,
you hate Skyler.
Him cooking
because you're
meth
both
is a bit
misogynists.
Skyler.
It's not misogyny.
Skyler.
I just don't like the character.
Skyler is a bitch, and you will not convince me otherwise.
No. Why is Skyler a bitch?
She had an affair with
He cooks meth. He kills people.
He was like, I'm gonna make money for my family. Here's this thing. Here's this thing I can do. I can do it very well.
Right.
I will put the skills to use.
The man had cancer, and he's got money for his family.
Yeah, time was running out.
We really do have to move on from Breaking Bad soon. But
right,
because
Sam is wrong on this, and me and Jordan are right for once.
Right, listen. The showrunner himself has said that it's like episode 4 where Walt goes too far, and that's not accepting the money that Gretchen and Elliot offer him. It's because if he really cared about his family, he would have accepted the money.
Right. Okay.
So if it's really about getting money for his family, if millionaires offer to pay for your treatment, you accept it. It's clearly not about the money. It's about ego.
No.
Good counter argument.
It's about meth.
It's about meth. No, it's not. It's because he would be forever beholden to Gretchen and Elliot and like in debt.
I mean, he didn't
them.
have that long left, George.
No, but his family would. And what would he have to leave behind? Huh? if not money, if not,
a massive meth empire.
We wouldn't be beholden because they offer it to him, no strings attached.
Yeah, and Skyler would be forever like, hey, Holly,
Right.
your father that you never met, he, this woman he used to date, she paid for his cancer treatment. So we like her. This is,
You're weird.
How am I weird?
You've gone mad.
I have not gone mad.
We'll move on.
I have not gone mad. Walt, yes, his methods are a bit unorthodox. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But
it's good shit. You can't
He's
deny.
a good chemist. What are you gonna do? What if you're like, oh shit, I only have like a couple, like maybe a year, maybe less than that to live.
Yeah.
All I have is this just like gift of being a good chemist.
Right.
What's the best, fastest way to make as much money as possible?
The best, fastest way.
Yeah.
Accept it when someone offers.
Nah.
It's certainly the fastest. We can argue about whether it's the best. It's certainly the fastest. Thank you.
I disagree.
I stand uncorrected.
I still disagree.
I stand uncorrected.
No, I still disagree.
What else are we going to talk about then?
That doesn't excuse Skyler.
What else are we going to talk about then?
No. She is still not
oh
a
my
good...
God. What is there about... Look, I loathe infidelity.
Yes.
Right? More than perhaps anything.
Okay.
But it's objectively not as bad as killing people and making meth. It just feels worse for some reason. I sort of get where you're coming from, in a way. I sort of do, right?
Right.
For whatever reason, the idea of like someone cheating on this, well, they're separated at that point. But
no, they're not officially divorced. They're
not divorced,
they're never
but they're
officially
separated.
Divorced. Yeah.
So it might not even be cheating, depending on how you look at it. But the sense that she might be cheating, I sort of get on a gut level why that feels worse than killing people and making meth. Perhaps that's because it can happen.
Killing people and making meth last year.
Or perhaps it could be because infidelity can happen to you. Whereas you're not likely to kill people or make meth or encounter someone who has.
No, but here's the thing.
Whereas someone cheating on you, that's, well, not just likely, but inevitable. I don't mean you in particular, by the way.
Right.
I just mean everyone's going to get cheated on at some point.
Okay, Walt
does
some pretty terrible things. I will give having, killing the people that died.
He poisoned a child.
Yes, spoilers.
Well, we'll pass that.
The kid did deserve it, it's fine.
Yeah,
okay, that sucks.
That's
not on.
No.
But usually he has to do these things out of survival, or he has to do these things out of necessity.
By a situation he puts himself into.
Chose to have an affair.
A affair.
She chose to have an affair.
Yeah.
Just because. Just like, I'm not happy with Walt. I'm just going to cheat on him.
Well, didn't he just choose to start making meth?
No, but he didn't choose to, kill those people. Or he didn't choose
to
did. No, he had to.
No, he didn't
have to. It was necessary. He had to do it.
Right.
You think he would have done... Do you think, Walt, everything is fine at the moment, but here is the choice to poison the child. Will you take it? You think he would have just gone, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Why not? Right. You had to do it.
He didn't have to do it.
Yes, he had to do it.
There are one or two occasions in the show where just out of pure instinct and survival,
right,
that yes, he has to, in terms of self-defense, he has to kill someone. I can only think of one off the top of my head, right? Which is, Tuco, but they don't kill him, but that situation, and when they're clearly going to kill him in the RV in the pilot.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything he does is premeditated.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
He kills the dealers who Jesse's going to kill. He runs him over this car.
A bevy of spoilers coming up.
Yeah, we're past that point.
Okay.
He kills
the show came out years ago. If you haven't watched it by now, it's your own fault.
He has all those people in the prison killed.
Mm-hmm.
Who else does he kill? He has Gale killed.
Yes.
These are all premeditated moves. He poisons Brock as a move.
Yeah, but no, Gale, he had to kill Gale.
He didn't have to kill Gale.
Yes, he did have to kill Gale, because Gale was going to take over from him. So if there's no Gale...
Look, it depends how you look at it, doesn't it? If it's you're just accepting that he's going to be in the meth business, then there's a lot of hat-dos. But him being in the meth business in the first place is the problem, isn't it? Oh, he had to kill this person because they want to kill him. It wouldn't be a problem if not for the choices he made. You wouldn't have Tuco, you wouldn't have the cousins, you wouldn't have Gus, you wouldn't have any of those people if he doesn't start making meth.
But then how's he going to provide for his family?
Accept
how's he going
the money
to... How's
millionaire.
No, because the money is for his treatment. The money that he's making is for his family, for the college, for his kids, and for...
They have jobs.
Oh, that'll do.
It does for most people.
No, that'll get him through. That'll help him live comfortably.
I was wrong.
Being
I think
accountant.
Jordan's the one with the secret meth empire.
Right. I don't know where this stuff comes from with you. It's just...
He's got a secret meth empire. He's just bought a car wash.
Right, no.
I will admit, because I'm realising now with podcasts, people don't have the context of us having these conversations beforehand and stuff. Right. I am being a little, because
there's irony there.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are certain like common held opinions about Breaking Bad. Yeah. One of them is that Skyler is in the wrong, and so part of it is playing into that.
I know. I know that 90% of our relationship is irony.
Yes.
We've sort of accepted that you believe certain things and I believe certain things, and we all continue to act as though that's true.
Yes.
That's how relationships work.
But I will say,
platonic relationships.
I will say, to end our Breaking Bad discussion.
Yeah.
To sort of try
we're about 40 minutes in.
You got a train to catch, haven't you? Yeah. All right.
To end our discussion, I'll sort of try and bring it back in a circle. Because the first thing I said was I liked the show more on the second watch.
Yeah.
Having watched it the second time round, I am finding it more difficult earlier on to root for Walt.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That comes with age, I think.
Yeah, because for me, I think it was about maybe series 5 or the final season.
Yeah.
That's when I started to be a bit I'm finding it difficult now to stay on board with him.
Right.
Whereas by this point already, I'm still kind of oh no, he's
gone too far.
Yeah.
Tell you what it is though, it's a shorthand, isn't it? Because even when he's doing these incredibly terrible things, I think most people start to really lose sympathy for him when he becomes annoying. Yeah. Not immoral, but annoying.
Yes.
It's in the season 5 in general. There's no point saying spoiler alert. He kills Gus at the end of season 4. I know. And wow. He's kind of because
you say that people won't know who Gus is if they haven't seen the show. It won't be as okay.
The odds are so stacked against him in season 4. He's losing. That when he beats someone of that magnitude, he's cruising the smugness of that victory.
Yes.
Through the rest of the show, and it makes him just kind of. There's a moment in the first episode of season 5 where he says, "Oh, we'll be fine." I'm like, "Oh, how do you know?" He's like, "Because I say so."
Yeah,
it's completely gone to his head. And when he becomes arrogant and irritating, that's when you start thinking, oh, I think he's immoral now.
Yes.
Not when he's letting women choke to death.
Doing all of these horrible things.
Yeah.
I've been fairly silent for most
I know, that's a problem as well.
Yeah.
But if you're going to stay, we can just record ad infinitum.
What I'll do is I'll just edit you in at random points through the Breaking Bad discussion.
Yeah. Nah.
Right, no, just be no, Skyler's a bad person. I went on holiday.
Skyler's a bitch, guys. Fucking deal with it.
So what else was it that you wanted to... Was there anything else we wanted to discuss?
Yeah, well, Eddie, you wanted to talk about Spider-Man and Marvel more broadly.
Yes. So, obviously, I'm assuming you both have seen...
There's my review of Marvel.
Fair enough.
And there's my TD, whatever it was.
TLDR Marvel.
Yes, I'm assuming you have both seen that a deal has been struck between Disney and Sony.
Because of course it has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because them announcing a week, 2 ago that they couldn't reach a deal.
Yeah, how long has it been since
not long
the initial news?
A month, maybe.
Okay. All right.
About a month.
I don't even know if it's been that.
It might not be.
I'll say I feel like I was on holiday when it happened.
I'll say it was just about long enough for me to start feeling maybe this is something we're going to have to deal with. I say that as if it's this terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just maybe. Maybe they are going to have to work a couple of things.
We had this conversation it sort of feels like, well, Disney more than Marvel is sort of a modern church, and a church has absolute precepts to it.
Yes.
That will never be changed. That's the whole point of an absolute precept. And it just feels like when you're dealing with the level of macroeconomics that Disney and Marvel are, the idea that they're not in control of all of their properties and one could just leave.
Yeah.
With, you know, compromising their entire plan of how things are going to go. It just seems like it's a violation of some natural order at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is coming from a non-Marvel fan, particularly. So yeah, it's like, but it doesn't feel, you know, I remember saying to you, it doesn't feel like this can happen.
Yeah, it was bizarre more than anything.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it because it did. So no, anything can happen.
Yeah,
it sort of shattered that. But now it turns out that no, there are some absolute precepts.
Yeah,
there's a natural order, and now Spider-Man is back in the MCU.
Yeah,
who gives a shit? Who cares where he is?
I only care in the sense that Spider-Man is kind of one of the very few things about the MCU as a whole that I actually am okay with.
Right.
I kind of like those films. They're pretty decent.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him as a character, I kind of like especially after we went through all the Phase 2 films where it was just like, like Doctor Strange and Thor and just all this like big mythical, like massive superhero scale stuff. Just
wasn't Doctor Strange Phase 3?
Oh.
Yeah, that was
geek out.
Yes, Phase 3.
Yeah.
Whatever. My point was, like, after all of this big scale stuff, we just had a film where it was just like a kid in high school.
I know what you mean.
You know, it's just like, oh, it's nice that we've gone down. And also, it felt like one of the first, for me at least, one of the first MCU films that kind of delivered on its promise of these films are all connected and in the same universe.
Right.
The fact that like Captain America is like on the tape that they show to kids in class.
Yeah.
And like they're using like Avengers masks to rob the bank and just little details like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this feels like it's all set in the same world a bit.
Yeah, no. I think the thing with me for this is I like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've seen the Tobey Maguire films. I've seen the Andrew Garfield films, and I still haven't seen the latest Spider-Man.
Right.
I know roughly what happens.
Have you seen Spider-Verse?
Oh no, I haven't seen Spider-Verse.
Oh, you should watch Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I know.
Spider-Verse is very good.
Yeah, definitely.
Spider-Verse is on the list. But generally speaking, I've seen most of the modern Spider-Man films anyway. I quite enjoyed the Tom Holland version. I quite enjoyed the fact that they kept him. They've kept the home thing, but they'd obviously set it up as a trilogy. And
had they?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because he was when they got him as a character, he was falling under the Marvel rule of 3.
Right.
And then they added him into Civil War and Avengers and all that, and buggered up that.
Are you saying?
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah. Are you saying that they clearly set it up as a trilogy because the very end of the second one, of the more recent one?
Well, there is that, but Tom Holland himself, I think it was, had the way he had spoke about it.
Okay.
Had suggested there was going to be 3.
I'm less concerned about that. I'm just sort of looking at the film as its own. I know that, like, in the world like that we live in now, like the films they announced at Comic-Con, and just like Phase 4, this is like and everything. It's just like we're now looking at like when films are coming out, and that's how like they tie into.
But I'm sure, as I think I said to you earlier, I'm sure there was a gap in that film schedule
for Spider-Man 3
for the third Spider-Man film.
Right, okay.
Because that is immediately now gone into coming out May 2021.
Yeah,
all right, okay.
Instantly. When he was back, they announced the release date.
The
thing is, I said to you earlier, it feels like blockbuster cinema certainly now is just a doctor's surgery, and you ring up and it will be the next appointment we've got is next Thursday.
Yeah,
and that's what films are. They just pencil in a date, and like you can expect, if you look it up, it's like untitled Marvel film out on this date in 2022, untitled Fox animation. It's just it used to be you made a film, it did well, you announced a sequel, you did a sequel.
Well, no, because they all sort of come out around about the same. We get 3 a year now, right? Is that the number?
Well, Marvel.
3 a year.
You get one in February, you get the big one in April.
Yeah.
And then you get another one about July time.
Mm-hmm.
Which are all, as far as I'm aware, there's still kind of off seasons for film, aren't they?
Well, summer.
Summer.
Summer,
Well, no,
we've got
because July is summer, but July is kind of their cool-down film, isn't it?
Right.
You know, we had Infinity War in April, and then we had, what was after Infinity War?
Spider-Man.
Ant-Man.
Oh, Infinity War.
Yeah.
Ant-Man,
So Ant-Man, it's like,
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, so it's like, that's our cool-down after Infinity War, and it's like when all the big films are coming out, so it doesn't really matter. And then you get Endgame, and then like, now we have Spider-Man, it's like our cool-down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, I actually kind of find that interesting that the big tentpole blockbuster Marvel film is in like April when nothing's really coming out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
They've cornered the market a little bit there, you know?
Yeah, but it's things like Matt Reeves, who directed the last 2 Planet of the Apes films.
Yes.
Who's now making The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Is he still making... Oh, it's this news. The more recent news.
It's not news.
Okay. Because I felt like he's been directing it for a while. When Affleck was still Batman.
No, this is the Robert Pattinson Batman film.
Yeah, I know it's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, but that was Affleck.
But like,
yeah,
but Ben Affleck was still Batman when he was announced to direct it.
To write and direct it. Yeah. Yes, I think so. Anyway, so the plan there is for him to have a trilogy of Batman films,
right?
And they haven't shot one frame of the first one yet. Okay. They haven't filmed anything.
Yeah,
and he has a trilogy. It's too much.
No, it's like Avatar. Avatar comes out in, 2009?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, so there's a sequel. Oh, no, now there's 2, now there's 3, now there's 4.
There's 5 Avatar films coming out, right?
But it's...
there wasn't even a point in the first place, and I certainly got it.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, well, yeah, 2 and 3 for sure, but then if they do, well, then 4 and 5 are coming out.
They're doing this weird Back to the Future thing, but they're filming all of the sequels at once, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
But the problem is, like, Avatar was groundbreaking when it came out, but if you're using similar technology...
No one's going to give a shit.
No one's going to give a shit now.
The thing still baffles me about Avatar, with being topical. Avatar is, for all the time that was spent on that film, 12 years...
Yeah.
The fact that the script was as terrible as it is what baffles me. Yeah, you're spending most of your time with the technology now, but, like, have a second draft at some point, you know... Because it is dreadful.
Yeah.
And obtainium. And the villain is a Marine who has a scar going down the side of his eye. Oh.
I haven't seen Avatar.
You haven't seen Avatar?
No, and I was kind of proud, because...
You're proud?
Well, no, because until...
It's fair.
Until fairly recently, when Endgame came out and took the top spot.
Yeah.
Until then, I had not seen the highest grossing film of all time.
Right.
And I don't know, I took some weird... perverse pride in that.
That's fair.
I'm like a film guy and I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it in the cinema.
No.
Which is when everyone did go and see it.
Yeah, I saw Avatar in cinema. But I saw Avatar in cinema twice.
Yeah.
Because I went with friends from school and then...
You're one of those bastards who helped to get to the top.
I went with friends from school because they wanted to see it. I didn't really understand what the fuck was going on, so I made my dad go and see it because I needed to watch it again to understand it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because I was... dumb as a shit as a kid.
I was going to say, you didn't understand Avatar. Were you in special needs, Eddie?
What do you mean, what? It's 2019, babe, still there.
No, I mean, Avatar, I never saw the 3D, the thing that you're supposed to see it for. I bought the DVD when it came out because of the attention and praise it was getting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just going off it as a film. And as a film, it's dreadful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really dreadful. The lead actor is Sam Worthington, that nothing of a leading man.
Yes.
Who seems to have faded now.
he's gone.
He's not things anymore. He was for a while.
Yeah.
Was he Terminator Genesis, or was that a different guy?
I genuinely don't know.
Okay.
Isn't that Jason?
No.
As who? As John Connor?
Yeah. No. Kyle Reese.
No, that's Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney.
Yeah, he's another one then.
Yes.
They all seem to be Australian.
Yeah.
Is Jai Courtney Australian?
I can...
No, I'm pretty sure he is.
Look it up, but I feel like Sam Worthington is the guy from Terminator Salvation.
He is in Salvation, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's in Terminator Salvation.
Wow, you get Sam with then you bring in Jai Courtney. It's like we're rebooting.
Following Arnold Schwarzenegger, real charisma leads in those films. Well, actually, Schwarzenegger does have some charisma, that's unfair.
Absolutely.
Jai Courtney is Kyle Reese in Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad.
Yes,
in
of course.
Boomerang.
That has been confirmed to be in the sequel for the Suicide Squad film.
Which has 2,000 actors in it, as far as I can gather.
Has quite a few. I don't know why, but Michael Rooker is probably one of the ones that annoys me the most.
Who?
Michael Rooker.
So Michael Rooker.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's in every James Gunn film, isn't he?
Yes, and that's why it annoys me.
No, he's like his is John Ratzenberger or is what's the J.J. Abrams guy?
No, because James Gunn has got his
Greg
own.
Grunberg.
Yeah.
James Gunn has got his own brother for that.
Is he in it as well?
Oh yeah, Ted Gunn, is it?
No, Sean,
Ted Gunn is the is the guy in Mindhunter.
Yes.
No, it's Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. Yeah.
Who's Sean Gunn?
Who is also in the Guardians films and is now also in this.
Right.
As is Michael Rooker.
So you don't like the fact that he has two consistent actors?
That and the fact that it's taking them both and putting them in both Marvel and
But
DC.
Michael Rooker is not.
That's also annoying.
There are worse actors you could put in every film you do than Michael Rooker.
Oh, very true. But that is the fact that he's just taken them and shoved them in the film annoys me.
Michael Rooker's finest performance, of course, being in
The Walking Dead. Oh, Cliffhanger, yes.
I would argue he is very good in The Walking Dead. Particularly as he is in it at times where I think The Walking Dead is very bad.
I know his name is Merle. And dogs like this.
Yeah.
But that's just Michael Rooker.
Mel Dixon, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad now because I said The Walking Dead is like a joke answer.
Yeah.
But you said Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Which is one of those like.
It was a joke answer as well.
Okay, kind of. But it's also like, oh, he's not bad. And then Eddie went, oh, I do like him in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
No, but he's not bad in it, is he? As far as I know.
I honestly don't remember.
Daryl's the one who gets all the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Michael Rooker's best performance is Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. That's his best
I'll
performance.
take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
He's also in, what's that other James Gunn film? Severance? Is that what it's called? Or Slither? Slither.
Oh, Slither sounds.
It's an 05 kind of...
Super.
No. Yes, he did do that, didn't he?
Yes, he did Super.
But in 05 he did a horror comedy.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Slither.
Okay.
Yeah, Severance is the Danny Dyer British equivalent. Oh, bleeding.
Yeah. I do think the cast for the Suicide Squad is interesting for the sequel.
Go on, reel them off.
So obviously you've got Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the line?
I'm an idea.
Fucking hell. They put that. Yeah. Someone wrote that in the script, and everyone from the costume department, I know they don't ever say, to the lighting guys, to the producers went, yeah. Yeah, go on.
I guess the Joker is an idea.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Or they weren't allowed to say otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, like, the costume designer, I imagine, is not going to go up and go, this is fucking shit. This doesn't make any sense.
That's worse than the costume, darling.
Then again,
the makeup guys did write damaged on his forehead.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
They don't get
they
much of a
also
say in
have
this
some shit to
conversation.
answer for.
Yeah.
You know?
But how much power does Jared Leto have as well? That's the thing.
That's true.
But it reminds me of a line in Legend, that Tom Hardy Craze film.
That's great.
Which is, I think, the worst line. Genuinely is the worst line of anything ever. Which it has this woman narrating it, who's the wife of one of the Craze. And I can't remember the lead up to it or the context, but the line is, London's just like everything else, really. It just is.
Oh, fuck me, that shite.
There's literally nothing that you couldn't say that about. It is. This phone is.
This podcast, it is.
Coca-Cola. It just is.
He's really trying to get
Tasty.
that band in.
It is tasty.
But yeah. Back to the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She's okay. It depends on what she's in.
She's in
Like
the
every
she was in
actor.
the first one.
Yeah. I'm assuming a bunch of people from the first one are back.
So you've got Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, Joel Kinnaman, who
Don't
played
like him.
Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Jai Courtney is back
Don't
as
like
Captain
him.
Boomerang. And then
Just cast Tom Hardy. Just stop being coy about it.
But in terms of the other characters, I think that is it, because Idris Elba was originally cast to play Deadshot, but then they decided to change their mind on Idris Elba playing Deadshot, because that way Will Smith could eventually come back if he really wanted to.
Right.
So they've given Elba a new role because they've decided they couldn't replace a black man with a black man and it'd be the same thing.
Right.
Do
you think that's what it is? That they didn't cast Elba as Deadshot because it would be like as though they're interchangeable, like the black men interchangeable.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which is, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.
No, as I say, he says it's so that Will Smith can return, despite originally announcing
that he wasn't,
that he was going to play that Elba was going to play Deadshot.
Right.
I just think it's all a bit questionable.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, I don't know. Could you argue that in terms of what they bring as actors, I don't know, but could you say that Will Smith and Idris Elba bring a similar energy, which could help that idea that they are, it would be seen as though they're interchangeable?
They've made some shit films recently.
I don't know, really. I mean,
because what's Elba's appeal? Elbow. What's Elba's appeal?
Well, he's broadly speaking a good actor, you know. You've
Not
got to sort
including
out that cough.
I really do. Not including The Dark Tower.
No, with exceptions. Because I don't know, really.
Will Smith is one of those people you hire if you want a charismatic guy, right? That's his thing?
Yes.
He's charismatic?
I guess.
Is Elba charismatic?
Yeah, but in a different way.
Okay.
I don't know, Will Smith is kind of... Well, he looks kind of funny, doesn't he? Let's face it.
Okay.
He's got... Not like that. He's got, like, pointy... he's a weird-looking guy, really.
Right.
But he's a leading man.
Yeah.
Elba is kind of more... sexy. No, he's more kind of...
Suave.
Because he's British, isn't he? So he's got that as well.
That's the thing is, one is British, one is American.
Yeah, and Will Smith's a bit more... even in his youth, I don't imagine Elba could have been the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No.
But and Will Smith couldn't be Stringer Bell in The Wire.
No.
Will Smith has less gravitas than Idris Elba, I would say.
Yeah.
Will Smith couldn't be Bond.
No, he
no.
couldn't.
Elba, I do think could.
Yeah. Not now, though, because he's however old he is.
The other people added to the cast for the Suicide Squad. John Cena. Storm Reed.
I know the name. I don't
know the name. Flula Borg.
That's a German comedian? It's definitely a comedian. Yeah, he's German. Yeah. He's a YouTube guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Nathan Fillion.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Okay. Who's Nathan Fillion?
We don't know where any of these are.
No, Peter Capaldi.
Okay.
Pete Davidson.
Okay.
So from SNL that was with Ariana Grande.
Nope.
No, he was on SNL.
Okay, that's the sort of vibration of culture that I'm not on. Not there.
Alice Braga.
I know the name. I think she's in I Am Legend.
Again, then you've got Sean Gunn, Michael Rooker, Tika Waititi. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he now just Hollywood man?
I
Doing
guess.
Hollywood things.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're now getting into names I'm not going to try and pronounce. So that's Joaquin
Cosio. Mei Ling Ng. So it's a Vietnamese name. Juan Diego Boto. Tenashi Kajasi. Julio Ruiz. And Jennifer Holland.
It was the last one I was tripping up over.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what he does with Suicide Squad, because they've said it's more of a reboot.
Yeah. A soft reboot.
It's like a soft reboot rather than a sequel. Is it going to be better or worse than the other one?
It'll be better. I think it's just going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, but with a bit of swearing.
So do I.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty much.
Do we know what the age rating is?
No.
Okay. Do you think
it doesn't come out until 2021.
Okay, because the original Suicide Squad was that PG-13 or was that higher?
I have no idea.
Do you remember, Eddie?
No, but I should be able to find on it somewhere.
I don't think there was anything that would have pushed it above a PG-13.
Jared Leto's performance. You
got to do the thing at the end.
Oh, I don't remember the at the end.
Yeah, it's like it's this weird like
like a seagull.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just remembering the fact that it was up, if not won the Oscar for best makeup and hairstyling.
Yes, it did do that.
Thing is, though,
Oscar winning Suicide
Did it
Squad.
not deserve that?
Not against Star Trek Beyond, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
It was that Star Trek Beyond and another film, which might
It
be like a
depends
period
if
film.
this is the category in which it comes under putting the word damaged on his forehead.
I know
Yes.
that. I know that.
Yeah.
I know. I get that. But the thing is, it's like, you said, it's the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad. If it's in a category it deserves, fair enough.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. You can have a terrible film that has great makeup. So give it the Oscar then. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't have to be a good film as well.
The thing is, though, it's a film where there are a lot of characters wearing prosthetics and makeup.
Right.
Is that the equivalent of giving Bohemian Rhapsody the editing Oscar, where it's a film that has a lot of editing?
Yeah, but that's bad. That's badly done, though.
No, but is it a similar thing? Because it's like with sound, isn't it? They typically give it to either quiet films or give it to films where there's like musicals and stuff where there's a lot of sound.
Yeah.
Just I noticed the sound, therefore it must have good sound.
I know what you're saying.
I noticed the makeup, therefore it must have good makeup.
I know what you mean. No, I mean with Bohemian Rhapsody is bad editing.
Yes,
isn't
it?
Yeah. So it shouldn't have won the Oscar. It shouldn't have been nominated for the Oscar.
No.
That film shouldn't have been nominated for any Oscars.
No, you just gonna come out and say it, are you?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible film.
What film's this?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, I'm not. I
like it.
I kind of no. I like it less than I did.
Did you like it more before this conversation?
No. So
have a backbone, Eddie. Come on.
No, when I watched it in the cinema, I enjoyed it because it's Queen, and I'm a big fan of Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Malik should have won the Oscar is a different matter.
No.
Who should have?
Well, he wasn't. The person who should have won wasn't nominated.
That being
Ethan Hawke.
Oh yes.
Who first reformed.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't remember who the nominees were. I remember it not being particularly.
I'm trying to get to the right year now.
Yeah, this is the right year. So Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe for At Eternity Skate, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. I would say Viggo Mortensen.
I feel like we had this conversation at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I remember not wanting Bale to win for Vice.
No, same.
Which
I didn't like the film.
The other possibility.
Yes, they were the front runners, I would say. Yeah.
But, as I say, whether Malik should have won the Oscar, I enjoyed the film because I was a Queen fan.
Queen film, right. In the same way I enjoy Mamma Mia.
I also enjoyed Mamma Mia. Not the sequel. The sequel's very bad.
See, the sequel's a better film, but that makes it worse.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
But having since seen Bohemian Rhapsody, since then, I enjoyed it less.
Right.
And I think seeing it in the cinema, seeing that Live Aid bit on the cinema, I think is what I enjoyed more than anything.
Would you agree that that's the reason it did as well as it?
I think it's 100%.
Because the Live Aid bit really looks like the Live Aid performance. Yeah, fair play, well done for that sequence.
Well, then
but who cares?
Just go watch the Live Aid performance. Right?
But in terms of, because it really looks, they've recreated it well. Okay. Which fair enough. Credit where credit's due.
Okay.
It looks like it, fine. But that shouldn't carry a film to a Best Picture nomination.
I think it was going to get a nomination whether we liked it or not. I think is the problem.
Oh, well, here's the thing, right? I don't know, because whatever you think of the Oscars, and I have a generally low opinion of the Oscars, but I wouldn't mind winning one, though. Yeah, whatever you think of the Oscars, the films that get nominated generally are critically acclaimed.
Yes.
You've got to sort that out.
It'll be gone by the next recession.
Okay. Bohemian Rhapsody was not critically acclaimed.
No.
Yeah, it's one of the lower.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a guarantee that it was going to get nominated. He was a guarantee, probably.
Yeah.
But certainly not even to win. It was a shock when he started winning everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you had a nomination in Christian Bale, which was similar in the sense that it's an actor playing a real life individual in which they've gone in under some sort of physical transformation.
Yeah.
I'd have thought between Malik and Bale would have caught the eye of the Academy more. That feels like more of the thing they go for.
Yeah.
His portrayal of Dick Cheney.
Yeah, but
I mean, the film obviously portrays Dick Cheney as evil, and Bale is unlikable as him.
Yeah.
The thing is, Malek. Yeah, the Oscars like it when you get fat or wear fake teeth or a wig, or they like that sort of thing.
Malik's playing a former pop star that had AIDS.
He's playing a gay
Yeah.
African. Freddie Mercury's born in Africa, right?
South Africa, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Okay.
Yeah, he's British, but he's born in Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, he's a gay icon. And he died of AIDS, and that's very Oscar-y.
Yeah.
Doesn't he deserve the Oscar?
No, it doesn't. He shouldn't have been nominated. He shouldn't have been nominated. Because his I like Rami Malek, I really do. The problem is, Rami Malek already has quite noticeable teeth.
Yes.
And he has to wear fake teeth as Freddie Mercury. It just looks like Bugs Bunny wearing fake teeth,
Yeah.
It's redundant, it cancels, it becomes a gurning performance. Where he's doing this vague British accent.
Yeah.
It's like Austin Powers.
The orchestral section.
Yeah,
Now comes the orchestral
Now
section.
comes the orchestral section.
Yeah.
And we're just meant to love. What really makes me sick is in the Live Aid sequence, and they're all playing. And bear in mind, they've been a band for at least 10 years, I think, at this point, right? They all know Freddie. They know his talent, all that sort. And he was talented, obviously, but he starts singing, and only because it's the climax of the film, you get these shots of like the band members looking in utter awe at him. Some of he's doing this, I've got to break free, like doing the whole hand movements and everything. And it cuts to Brian May just like, oh my god, this he's so talented. It's playing. I was like, fuck off. It's like, because as the audience, I'm meant to be going, yes, I'm like with you. I'm really get a grip, you curly fuck.
I mean, I was just saying, you replaced him pretty quickly when he died.
Yeah.
Queen and Paul Rogers didn't take that long.
And
to
isn't
happen.
it produced by Queen, essentially?
Yeah.
So it's hagiographic. They're creating their own myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at the history, certain things didn't happen in like the order in which the film tells it. So they've gone, what's the myth of Queen? Yeah, let's just put that there. And,
Well, is there a point? Again, I haven't seen it, but a friend of ours, he was saying before that only Freddie's portrays the individual who was sleeping around and going out with people, whereas like Brian May and the rest of them are going home to their girlfriends and being faithful.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's no way.
No,
we can't say for sure, but he
with
in
a
particular
certain
was
degree
like,
of certainty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
It's now an Oscar winning film.
What's the worst Best Picture ever winner? What's
The worst winner of Best Picture.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at what has won Best Picture.
Because the ones that generally come up are Chicago, Crash, which I love. How Green Was My Valley, because it beat Citizen Kane. Rocky is often cited, because it was out the same year as Network, All the President's Men, Taxi Driver.
not Rocky. Rocky is...
No, I agree, but it's just because of what it was up against. I'll tell you what the worst Best Picture winner of all time is.
Go on.
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
Oh, do you want to talk about your recent
Yeah, I will.
endeavours?
I have been binging the classics of cinema because I don't want to die having not seen everything because I'm that obsessive compulsive. And part of my binge watching was the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I watched the extended Blu-ray editions for all three. God, it's hard to get through. Jesus, it's trudging through treacle.
Are you a fan of them, Jordan?
Oh, what?
Lord of the Rings.
He hasn't seen them.
You haven't seen
Also a point of pride for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Do you know what else is a point of pride for me, Eddie? I haven't seen Game of Thrones. And I had to sit through people
That's
saying...
good though, until it's not.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
I had to sit through people saying, "Oh, you should watch Game of Thrones. It's really good. It's the best show on television. It's great."
It's never the best show on television.
And then the ending happens, and I was able to sit back and go, "Ha ha ha ha."
Yeah, well, were you going to ask something about Lord of the Rings?
No, I was just going to ask whether he'd seen it or not.
Okay.
Because I have seen it, but I've watched them all about maybe once or twice.
Right.
I'm not a particular fan.
No, but it's... Oh, my God, it's...
Which I think confused people because I was a fan of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but so was I. It's it took me a while to get onto Game of Thrones. But that's well written, and it's... it's essentially political, isn't it? Whereas Lord of the Rings is just ogres and trolls and midgets, and they've got to get from one part of New Zealand to a volcano, and it takes them, if you go for the whole, sitting down for the whole adventure, about 12 hours to get half a day of your life. There's a scene at the very end of the trilogy when Frodo, having destroyed the ring, wakes up in a bedchamber, and it has this kind of white tint on it, so it looks angelic. And he wakes up, and there's an extreme close-up of Gandalf at the foot of his bed, which is quite creepy, really.
Yeah. And
then he stares at Frodo really intensely for a while, and then just slowly kind of cracks a cheesy grin. And then Frodo starts going,
yeah. And
then Merry and Pippin, two of the other little blokes, they come in, and they start jumping up and down on bed. They're frolicking. And then just one by one, the whole cast walks in so they can have like a little victory lap. And then he's saying goodbye to all of them. And it takes like 20 minutes. It takes... it just never ends.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Just, for such a basic story as well.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Because, we have other things.
Yes.
We vaguely listed off
the
films to talk about.
I can't even remember if we finished the discussions we started.
Yeah, I don't know how many conversations have been left dangling.
No.
At this point, probably all of them.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we...
I was saying we covered Breaking Bad for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's definitely reached a conclusion.
Okay.
Yes, that's over.
Right.
That's done.
Marvel. Did we say everything we wanted to say about Marvel?
The thing I really had to add with that was the fact that I found it interesting that it's being announced as a Disney Sony deal rather than a Marvel Sony deal.
Right.
Because I felt like when they were trying before and they were saying, Marvel and Sony can't reach, it felt as though it was like, well, we can't get a deal with Marvel, and then Disney went, but we're the parent company.
Oh, okay.
What do you want?
Yeah, so it's like, big boy Disney has stepped in to sort it out. You know?
What do you want? And they've gone this, and this, and they've gone, cool, we'll have him for that film then, and then you can have him back.
Maybe. I was saying to my sister, she recently binged all of the Marvel films in preparation for Endgame.
Okay, fair.
No, actually, it wasn't in preparation for Endgame. It was in preparation for Far From Home. She wanted to see that. And because people insisted she had to see the rest of them. Even though I would say that, for the most part, you don't have to have seen all the Marvel films to see a Marvel film. There's a couple, like Endgame, where I think you need that. It's a bit too much baggage for you to not get it. But yes, she binged them all, and then obviously she found out about this deal, and she was gutted because Spider-Man is her favourite thing about the universe. I've forgotten the point I was going to make. What were you saying that led me into that?
That it was a Sony Disney deal.
Oh yes,
deal,
so I was talking to my sister about it, and I think she was initially on the side of Marvel, because she was like, "Oh, how Sony took Spider-Man away? Isn't that a terrible thing?"
Right.
It's like, well, from what I understood, because details came out later, and the deal was that Marvel wanted 50% of the films, whereas up until now they've had 5%.
Yeah.
So they were screwing Sony in a way, and Sony were like, well, no.
Yeah.
But also, they've got Spider-Verse now.
Yeah.
Prior to this, they had the Andrew Garfield universe, or they were trying to set up a universe with him, and it just bombed. So they were like, fine, you can have mine. But now that we've got Spider-Verse, we kind of don't need
and of course we have Venom and
of course Venom.
Morbius.
Venom.
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 But quite a question then, just for the fact of it ties Sony and the MCU in a regard of J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
In Far From Home.
What about him?
Does that not somehow link in the Sony universe with the MCU?
I don't think. No. Yeah, I don't think it does.
I think it's just why recast him.
The Andrew Garfield films, whether intentional or not, they were smart enough to not recast J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
And I think Disney kind of realised, we can't recast him, but we have the power to bring him back, so let's just do that.
It's just, so it's just a different J. Jonah Jameson, played by the same actor.
Yes, also, because in the Tobey Maguire films, he's just like a scummy newspaper.
Yeah.
Now he's Alex Jones.
Yeah.
So he's kind of a different character.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to make it contemporary.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love that he is just... They've even got the same like graphics.
Yeah.
It even looks like...
You see that a lot, like a lot of, in TV shows, the characters that are basically, analogous to...
You said there was one in Homeland, right?
Homeland, yeah. Who, Truth Seeker or something like that.
Okay.
One of those. And he just talks like that the whole time. The problem is, in Homeland, it looks like he's performing it.
Right.
I don't know whether that's intentional.
Yeah.
Because Alex Jones, whether he's performing or not, there's some sincerity there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Like, he gets into it.
Oh,
I've got documents, the aliens are coming, Whereas this guy in Homeland, he's like curling his lip and just going, we will out the truth. It's like, what are you going on about, you nutter?
Jameson is sort of... I would say that's kind of affect, though, the way... Because he's performing it almost exactly like he did in 1, 2, and 3. Like the original 1, 2, and 3. And that's very affected, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spider-Man, he's a criminal. That's very kind of... But it works. It doesn't feel...
No, but like the Raimi films in particular, they are quite cartoony.
Oh, yeah, in the Raimi films it works. But in... it's out of place in the sense that if you have any knowledge of film, you see that character from this different set of films. You're like, oh, it's that guy again.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, it didn't feel out of place in Far From Home, just the way he was acting,
Yeah, because it suits, because there would be affect in that. Yeah. That kind of show.
One thing very quickly I want to bring up. You've both seen Far From Home, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You haven't seen Far From Home?
But you know.
Okay. So the film happens, and then the film ends with Spider-Man and Mary Jane just kind of swinging through Manhattan. And then it cuts to credits. And then you have credit, because obviously Marvel, they do post-credit scenes, mid-credit scenes and post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
So they're swinging through, credits happen, mid-credit scene turns up, they land, they have like a bit of a conversation, then J. Jonah Jameson comes up on the screen, and then the big revelation about Mysterio, and Mysterio's fake, Spider-Man tape happens. And then Spider-Man's identity is revealed, then you cut to the rest of the credits. That feels like something you should put in the film, not in a credit scene.
I know what you mean.
Right?
But they know people are staying for the post-credit stuff now.
But the post-credits I thought was reserved for because the very end, the actual post-credit scene is a couple of characters from Captain Marvel show up.
Yeah.
And it's they've been in the film all along. And it sort of hints at what the next film or what the next step for those characters will be. That's what a post-credit scene usually would be.
Usually, yeah.
Not more of the film.
I know what you mean.
It works in the sense that it does hint at what the next step for Spider-Man is going to be, because he says earlier in the film, doesn't he, that if people find out who I am, I'm done. I can't keep operating Spider-Man if everyone knows I'm Spider-Man. And the mid-credit is everyone finding out.
Yeah.
But that feels like it's part of the story, not like a weird...
But I'm interested to see what the title is for the next one, because
Further From Home.
What's the thing? It's because it is the home.
They're using home in the
home
titles,
trilogy.
Yeah. Oh,
so
right,
we've had Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, Home and Away.
So this is Spider-Man going home, just
just him walking home for the whole film. Yeah.
It's going to have home in the title somewhere.
It'd be called Spider-Man: Home and Away, and it'll be him fighting a shark in Australia. Oh look, he's fucking Spider-Man's fighting a shark. That'll be the third one.
Yeah.
Home and Away.
It's just Spider-Man homes under the hammer and him trying to stop.
J. Jonah Jameson is the guest auctioneer. Spider-Man! What are you doing?
Can we talk about how much I hate Tom Holland?
If you want to alienate
I want to
even more of our...
Lord of the Rings, Marvel, Tom Holland.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I hate Tom Holland.
Okay.
That's about it, really. He's sort of in that school of British actors that really irritate me.
Oh, them being Eddie Redmayne?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Cumberbatch?
To a lesser extent, but yeah, that bunch.
Who said... Wasn't there a comedian or
The
someone...
Brit Pack.
Sorry?
The Brit Pack.
The Brit Pack. Was there a comedian or someone who said... We don't need Eddie Redmayne, Tom Hiddleston, and Cumberbatch.
One's superfluous.
Yeah. Or we can get rid of one. We don't need all three.
I really hate... I think Eddie Redmayne's the one... No, Tom... Oh, I don't know. They're all...
Well, you're not going to get rid of Tom Hiddleston anytime soon because he's part of Disney.
He's got his
and he's got the Loki TV series.
Yeah. Redmayne, are they still making Fantastic Beasts films? Or is that done?
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's going to be, another 3 of them.
That's all he's doing at the moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's in a Aeronauts or something like that.
Okay.
He's in an upcoming film that's not that.
Right.
I really don't like him. Basically, what is the people that whenever they're on chat shows, they'll tell an anecdote about some charity work they did, and they'll look into the middle distance, then look up as if like really trying to like recall something, blink a lot, and talk humbly about their achievements.
The bastards!
I know.
I'm gonna love being on a talk show in the future with Sam.
Yeah.
I wish they all died of AIDS.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
Keep that in.
We're keeping an eye on it.
Anything that paints Sam in a negative light, I'm keeping in.
Hey, he's paying me as a misogynist, I'm paying him as a cunt.
That's only fair. The shoe fits, mate.
Right.
At least I hate everyone equally.
Fuck off.
So, that's your major beef with Tom Holland. It's just that he's not.
Oh no! I don't. Yeah.
Sam hates anyone that's British.
No, I like Shakespeare. No,
You just sounded so wanky.
that was the point. No, anyone who's really, the people love them. When you get those videos on Facebook of like, oh, Tom Holland, 5 times Tom Holland was cute, or 10 times Eddie Redmayne was the cutest, funniest person ever. Anyone who's like a subject of those, I am suspicious of. In the same way that I'm suspicious of people liking Billie Eilish. From what I've seen of her...
Was it five minutes of Eddie Redmayne being iconic?
Shit like that. Shit like that, yeah.
Such and such being iconic for 5 minutes.
I don't like Billie Eilish's music. I probably wouldn't like her. But I think she's sincere. I think she is who she is.
Okay.
But I'm suspicious of her fans.
Why?
Or the bubble around her.
Okay. Why?
Which I don't think you should be that reverent of someone who's 17.
But I don't know. That's not exclusive to like Billie Eilish. You have other people who've had
no, but her in
cult
particular
personality.
of late.
Yeah, she's just the latest. She's just the latest example.
Don't play a Billie Eilish song.
No, I will just point out
you genuinely can't play a Billie Eilish. Will be like
it was more I was pointing out that I have Billie Eilish on my iTunes.
Isn't like every song just like a vague beat going and then her going
I will profess I have the album and I like about 2 songs.
Okay.
But the point I was making was I have My main issue is obviously bad guy is
because you're a bad guy.
that is the song.
No, that's way too melodic for her.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the song that everyone now knows.
Yeah,
it's the overplayed,
the memed song.
Yeah,
and is now the memed song.
Yes,
I will say, even though I think she is being herself, she also does have that air that I hate about people, which is like that she's above it all.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
They're all like that when they're 17, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But they do seem to be getting worse as time goes on.
Are they, or are we just getting older? Is that what it is?
Well, I think we were bad, but I think they're worse. And I guess every generation thinks that, but maybe it does just get worse.
Mm.
You know, I don't know, but do you know what I mean? That like, I just kind of, I don't know. I don't like it.
And that is Sam's take on music.
No, not music. Jesus.
So we've got
just music
for Lord of the Rings.
Just music anyone listening likes.
Yeah, I mean, me and you differ very much on, I think, on music.
Yeah, we do.
Very much.
Greatly.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are. This will be cut down, I imagine, in post. But I think we're like nearly 2 hours into the podcast.
We are an hour and 50.
Are we really going to start a discussion about music now?
We haven't even finished the film.
We haven't even finished what we had. So
we actually wrote down like 5 little bullet points.
All right, let's table the music discussion.
Yeah, I think music could be its own podcast.
Yeah,
that really is just a black hole.
Okay. I'll make a note.
Okay.
Music for next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's talk about paedophiles then.
No, we haven't talked about Star Wars.
Right. Yeah, we go from Star Wars
to paedophiles.
No,
we'll find a
from,
segue.
we go from Star Wars to Between Two Ferns to paedophiles.
Right.
Okay. Make your own connections.
No, so yeah, my issue.
You talk about how much we hate Star Wars now.
No, because it's not that I hate Star Wars.
Yes.
I like Star Wars.
Okay.
I don't particularly like The Last Jedi.
No, I think few do.
No, I think my impression was generally people do.
Do they?
Well, no, it's divisive. Like, I think it's one of those, like, 50-50 things,
Right.
but I think publicly the idea is that people like it.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought the Last Jedi is a terrible film crowd were like the internet minority.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay. I could be completely misreading that.
It does have a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but they all do when they first come out.
No, the critic score is quite high. The audience one isn't, though, is it? It's like 50 something.
Yeah, but that's the shit munchers. Who cares about the audience score? The critic score is what matters.
Yeah.
But those films always deplete.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
the audience score is 44%.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say in that case, in the case of that film at least, I'd say the audience score is fairly accurate.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't particularly like that. I'm interested by what the next one holds. The Rise of Skywalker.
Just bored of Disney.
I was going to say, I showed
Everything's
you...
Disney now, Sam.
Because typically, if a film trailer comes out or film news happens, you're pretty much on the ball with that sort of thing, aren't you? Whereas I had to show you the Star Wars trailer because you just didn't want to watch it. And you watched it, and I think your immediate reaction was just, I'm so bored of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Said with such like despair and despondency.
Who cares now? You know what I mean?
Many people care.
Okay,
that's
all
the problem.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But I don't know. Like, I was a fan-ish growing up. I even liked the prequels because it was before I cultivated a taste.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And then I liked The Force Awakens when it came out. Mm-hmm. And by now, I'm sort of done with it.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's too much of everything. Everything is too much, full stop. There's just too much stuff now.
Yeah.
And I do think, as we discussed earlier, that in 10 years' time, independent cinema will have basically died. So everything that is operating around that budget will be on Netflix, and everything else will be in a Disneyplex. I don't think cinemas will exist as they are in 10 years' time.
So is this the right time to throw our names into the hat for a Disney sponsorship?
No, you know what? I'd rather never make it. I don't want to be on a Disney tit. Fuck you. That one's going to come back to bite me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was putting the suggestion out there just to put it out there, but fair enough. Looks like we're never getting a deal with Disney anytime soon.
Well, my opinion does not necessarily reflect the opinions of everybody else on the podcast, but it does.
I mean, I was just about to slag off the fact that you've got 2 more Star Wars trilogies coming out. So
2 more trilogies.
You've got
trilogies.
2 more trilogies. Again, one which is by Rian Johnson in a film that didn't. Did The Last Jedi, which didn't go down.
And
Well.
spells Ryan with my
Yes.
pretentious.
Yeah. Is that still happening? I thought that had been canned.
No,
Because they canned a couple of projects after Solo, didn't they? I think. I could be wrong.
The 2 trilogies are like the 2 things still happening.
Oh, okay.
So you've got that, and then you've got the trilogy, which is Benioff and Weiss, which is the creators of Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to talk about that, didn't you?
And I do, because I feel like they got the gig just because they did Game of Thrones. And let's be realistic.
To be fair, that's like a big just.
No, I'm sorry.
We only wrote the biggest TV show in the world.
And then ended it shitely.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Still, though.
That's fair enough.
But
what do you have to do, Eddie?
No, but the fact of the matter is it's the issue of they were given a trilogy.
Yeah, okay.
You know, Rian Johnson at least got a film before he got a trilogy.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it was good or not is a different matter. He got a film before he got a trilogy.
Yeah.
They haven't even done that, and the fact of the matter is their involvement seems to have changed since they first came on board.
Right.
So when they first came on board, it was an outline for all 3 films and writing all 3 films. Now it is an outline for all 3 films and writing at least 1.
Right.
Okay.
So how involved they actually are is up for debate.
The thing is, yeah, I sort of take your point. Like, you know, obviously being the people behind Game of Thrones is a good on your CV, you know, and it should get you jobs. The problem is they're being brought in because, like, bro, Star Wars is fantastical. It has loads of different characters. You could do loads of different planets and stories and stuff like that. It could go on forever. So we'll bring them in because they're really good at mapping out those kind of stories. But they didn't.
That was exactly what I was going to bring up.
They didn't.
A lot of the quality of Game of Thrones was what they took from George R. R.
Because when it was on them, that's when it started to go sour.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's kind of if they had to adapt Star Wars books, they're your blokes. Bring them in.
Yeah.
But I don't know original material. They've yet to prove themselves.
Have they done any original material?
I'm not sure they did before Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I can look it up.
Yeah. Because maybe that's what they are. Maybe they're good for adaptations.
Adaptations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really annoying. Sorry, they've got separate Wikipedia pages, and I kind of assumed they'd have one together. So Weiss, wrote an episode for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
And had a cameo role in the show as board lifeguard number 2. And in 2014 was an executive producer on The Specials.
That's it. Before Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, in 2003 he wrote a book called Lucky Wonder Boy.
All right, and what did Benioff do? I think he's a bigger career in TV.
Let's have a look. So he's had a bit of a longer career.
Yeah.
In terms of film, he did co-write with Skip Woods' X-Men Origins Wolverine.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
He has co-written Gemini Man, which
we'll see.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do we have good impressions
Here's
of
the
that?
thing. I've seen the trailer. That's a con. It's Ang Lee. That's a pro.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. That's all I have going in.
Will Smith, though.
Yeah, I know. He can be good.
Yeah, but nowadays, is that a...
just going... Benioff was the writer of The Kite Runner, or one of the writers of The Kite Runner.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to say this. Because Gemini Man, it's an older version of him, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Or a younger version of him, sorry. He has to go up against a young version of him.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's a de-aged Will Smith.
Yes.
The de-aged Will Smith who basically looks the same as he did when he was 25.
Yeah. Well, no, because I've seen a bit of the trailer. I could be wrong, but I thought Jaden Smith was playing the other one, and they were CGing Will Smith's face.
Oh, right, no.
No, it's all...
It's all... Okay, all right. Oh, I completely misunderstood.
It's Will Smith, and then Will Smith.
Okay. It's like that. There's the Paul Rudd one. What's that called? That's coming out on Netflix. Where he plays two people.
Living with Yourself.
Living with Yourself.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that, and they do the thing with
that is also going to be shit.
Okay. Well, they did the thing with, like, they were showing the trailer, and then it had Paul Rudd, like, his name came up, and immediately I was like, they're going to say and Paul Rudd, and they did.
They did.
And Paul Rudd and Paul Rudd.
Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy.
What was that? What was it for?
Murphy. And Eddie. Sorry, what?
What film was that for with Eddie Murphy?
There's been a few. The Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor.
Norbit.
Oh, Norbit's the one I'm thinking of.
Is it those three? Nutty Professor 2, and Norbit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Norbit's a terrible film.
It is. He plays a white character in the Nutty Professor. But that's okay.
Well, Donald Glover plays a white character in Batman, doesn't he?
He does.
Well, I mean, there's the film White Chicks, where...
there's also that. Yeah. I forgive White Chicks, though, because it's just terrible all round. So it's,
Bask in the ambiance.
Yeah. Also, Terry Crews is in it. Anything that has Terry Crews in it goes up a couple of rungs.
Yes, and it does have Terry Crews in the car to the song. And I don't think anyone's going to argue that is a bad scene, because it makes most people laugh.
Yeah, no, it makes me laugh. But so does a fart, So some people falling over make me laugh. That doesn't mean it's good.
True. But it is.
Okay.
Were we done with Star Wars?
Were we done with Star Wars? As I say, my main issue is just the fact that they've greenlit. I think a lot of people. It's weird with Marvel. I don't think people were necessarily burnt out, but certainly when they tried. So when like Solo came out and it did badly, it felt like they had pushed too much Star Wars.
Yeah,
in your face at one time.
Like 10 years ago. No, when was it? Like it wasn't 10 years ago, but there was like an announcement before Disney bought Star Wars, where there was like on the Twitter account or something, they were like, "Oh, we've got an announcement," and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's going to be Episode 7." And they announced like a Blu-ray of all the Star Wars.
Yeah,
and people were gutted.
I remember that.
They're like, "We wanted more Star Wars." And now we live in an age where nobody gives a damn, or at least a lot of people are like sick of Star Wars.
Yeah, but I think it's because they've done too much Star Wars too quick.
Yeah.
And I think
a Star Wars film every year since Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yeah.
There has been. Force Awakens, Rogue One,
Last Jedi, and Solo.
Yeah. And the problem is, I think by the time Solo came out, they were like,
yeah, I think Solo was the breaking point for a few people.
You know, every couple of years, fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of Disney. You know, Disney's shoving a lot of projects our way, and I think that is part of it as well.
Plus Alden Ehrenreich, who played Han Solo.
Young Solo.
How many years is it supposed to be between Solo and New Hope?
Yeah, that as well.
You know what I mean?
Not too many years, I don't think.
Like 10 at most, right? At very most.
Not enough for him to look as young as he does.
Yeah.
That was going to be a trilogy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it is anymore.
Just a Solo trilogy.
A Solo trilogy, yeah.
Solo trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it was just for that gag, then maybe I can forgive it. Yeah. But, you know.
And yet there will be one Kenobi film. Come on. Go on.
The thing is, I was saying, he is coming back in some regard, and I don't know how it.
Yeah, is it a TV series?
It's now a TV series.
Yeah.
And The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is soon.
Very soon. Disney Plus.
But again, it's
all the Disney. It's like that. It's like that. David Mitchell sketch. The football sketch.
Yeah, constantly happening Disney. Look, it's over there.
Mattering to someone somewhere, presumably.
But okay. So then the question I have for the both of you is: do you think that Disney Plus will overtake Netflix at all?
No, okay. I don't. It will not overtake Netflix. The question is whether it's a success. It will be a success.
Oh yeah,
but how much of a success will it be? I don't think it will overtake Netflix.
The comparison that the only one I can really think of at the moment is sort of like Nintendo. Like if you go into the gaming field, you've got the big three at the moment. I think are Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. You got Microsoft and Sony, which are like they just provide the hardware and they host all of these games. They have some exclusives, they have some multi-console games, but you know all of like the big titles and everything are on those two systems. And then you have Nintendo, which are doing completely their own thing.
Yeah.
They have third-party stuff as well, but like if you want like your Mario or your Link, your Zelda, or your Metroid or whatever, your Pokemon, you can only go onto Nintendo. I think it might be a case of that, where it's like, you know, Disney have a lot of stuff that people want to see, so it'll be successful in that regard, but they probably won't have good third-party support.
No, it won't have the ubiquity of Netflix. Because am I right? I think Netflix, it just comes on TVs. No. I think certain TVs, you buy them, just press a button and it's Netflix.
I mean, technically you still have to have a Netflix account.
You have to have, but it's there.
But yeah, I've got a smart TV, so I can have Netflix and Prime on my TV as long as I've got Wi-Fi.
The touch of a button.
Yeah.
And it's on like the Xbox. Disney Plus might get on some of those things, but I doubt it. That's the thing with Netflix. Everyone has Netflix because it's there. You know, and you get home, it's there, and it just tells you what to watch and people frankly.
And also,
people watch it.
Also, there's a range of stuff on Netflix as well, which sort of helps.
You'll have to seek Disney out.
Yeah, because this is the one thing in a time in which people have necessarily complained about how much Disney is coming and how much
Disney's what?
Coming. You know what I'm trying to say.
Gonna have to grab a tissue.
Fuck off.
We've been recording for so long, I don't know if our comedy's getting better or worse. That's the problem. I have no idea if this is like better or worse than when we started.
I feel like I'm getting drunker. As we're going
a little bit, yeah.
The fact that you're only drinking Coca-Cola is...
I know. I came on my chest. Sorry, go on. Sorry, I think
you're making very serious points.
We're hyperactive now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go on.
No, but okay. So the point I was trying to make was that at the point in which, people are maybe kind of done with Marvel and Disney and all of that.
Yeah.
One main thing that I sort of noticed was people and how much they disliked the Marvel shows being cancelled off of Netflix.
Right.
Okay.
Like Daredevil and all that.
Because obviously Daredevil, Jessica Jones and all that.
Are they...
They're all gone.
Yeah,
and from what I can see, they're not going on Disney+.
Oh, they're not going on Disney+. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're done.
So we're just not going to be able to watch them anymore.
Well, no, so you can still watch them on Netflix, certainly for the time being anyway.
But there will come a point in the not too distant future where that content is just gone.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, Jessica Jones is available, I think, on DVD.
I think Daredevil is a bit as well.
The first season. At least. I don't know about it. But yeah, no. They'll probably stay on Netflix.
Okay.
But they won't be making more of it.
No.
They cancelled all those shows and that's that.
Yeah.
Which is odd, especially... Well, I don't know about... I saw a bit of Jessica Jones, but Daredevil... Obviously, loads of people must have been watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also getting critical love.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's really odd that they just cancelled that.
Punisher as well. Was Punisher doing well critically?
No.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. It was doing... Well, I mean, anything was doing better than Iron Fist.
Yes, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage did quite well critically. Like, really quite well.
Yes.
And I think Jessica Jones ended, right?
It depends whether season 3 is out or not.
I don't know. I think they've all ended, but I feel like Jessica Jones ended.
As in had
an ending.
Yeah.
I think.
It was certainly the last... It was going to be... I'll look at it now.
Yeah.
Because I was about to look up Friends.
What?
Just because we're talking about Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember which streaming service it's going to. But Friends is leaving Netflix.
Oh, like NBC.
It's something like that. So
NBC.
That's another one launching.
The Office is gone as well, isn't it?
Yes.
It's going to NBC.
Yeah, no, there's been much conversation about that recently. About every company is now just starting its own streaming service. And people who are into television will be forced to pirate it.
Yes.
Frankly.
Well, this is the thing, because...
season 3 came out in the summer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got... Because I think it seems to me the way things are going are... Like, at the moment, the system is you have a television, and it has channels, and you can watch those channels. And you pay for, like, Sky or some sort of, like, provider, and they give you the channels. What's happening now is each company is starting their own streaming service that you have to pay for individually.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that everybody's favouring. They're going over to streaming. So few people sit down and watch TV nowadays, especially people who watch a lot of content.
Yeah.
It's in like 5 to 10 years, I could just see like streaming services replacing TV channels. They will. You'll buy a TV, and instead of like BBC One, Sky One, it'll be Netflix, Amazon. But the problem is you're paying for them all individually.
That's
so it's the same system we have now, but you're just pouring money into it.
Yeah, there's no consolidation. No. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But that is what it will be. Like, we don't have TV here. We have ITV Hub, iPlayer.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be.
Are talking of uniting together to get a streaming service.
Right.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
But they're doing it to compete because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah. But it is too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nice problem to have, I suppose. But there's too much content.
Yeah, there is.
FX, the American company, the guy who runs that, John Landgraf, we've seen this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who runs, a television. He's the head creative of this television network, and he has said there's too much television. Yeah. He said in the space of a few years, we went from 200 scripted programs to 400,
something like that. Yeah,
I reckon in 2 more years you're going to be talking 600-700.
Yeah,
with all these different things, and that is too much.
Which I mean, we're complaining about this. All of us are trying to get into that field.
Yeah.
So there's a slight...
Yeah, but with fewer people in it, preferably.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, like, this is...
It will become harder to get into this field.
Yeah.
And
I'm willing to acknowledge that maybe there might be a little bit of hypocrisy, just complaining like, oh, there's too much television, and yet we're all aiming to create television.
I don't think it's hypocrisy if we're saying that we want to create television kind of carte blanche. I want to have to earn to be one of the few good shows on television.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
That is my main concern with the way things go, though, is that I see more and more bad television
absolutely
being made.
Yeah.
And Netflix just pour money into everything.
Yes.
I mean, the deal they gave Adam Sandler, given how bad, generally speaking, most of what he's put on there has been received.
Yeah.
But
I think I would say Murder Mystery may be aside because that seems to have gone down quite well.
But people watch Adam Sandler. And on Netflix, the amount of people who watch is what matters, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's viewing. It's not money made, it's viewing figures. Because I think that translates to accounts, which is the thing that makes the money.
Yeah. The thing is, like...
But so does Friends. Would they not have done better in trying to secure Friends? Because Friends is currently the most streamed show on digital media.
But then again, Friends is one of the most syndicated shows out there. I mean, Comedy Central, is it? Like
on repeat, just constantly.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah. It's like Friends, Scrubs, and The Big Bang Theory. Those are like shows that are just constantly on.
It's funny when you see like Comedy Central trying to justify the endless syndication by giving them themes.
Yes.
So this is the Infidelity month. So we'll have a few episodes that vaguely feature infidelity.
Yeah. But what I do like about Comedy Central now is that what is on Comedy Central now, so like I'm sure I've seen, it's not just Friends on there, I'm sure like Big Bang and that have
Big Bang's on E4, I think.
Yeah. But I'm sure like Scrubs and that has been around on there. How long before Big Bang was then on Comedy Central? And Comedy Central is what E4 was 10 years ago.
Yeah. I will say though, actually, I mentioned Scrubs. That was the case for a while, but I haven't seen Scrubs syndicated for a little while.
I haven't seen television for a very long time.
No, I see television occasionally because
I see Netflix or Prime.
You know. But I mean, my
I have other outlets.
Oh, right.
Sam knows a guy.
I know a guy. No, my parents are one of those few people who just watch television sincerely now.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll put the television on and we'll watch what's there.
Yeah.
My father will watch legitimate TV.
Yes.
I just think choice is nice. It's nice to not have to watch either ITV, Channel 4 or BBC. But
there's never anything on anyway.
To quote Einstein,
okay.
we are experiencing option paralysis.
There we go. Okay.
Which is there's so much choice, you don't know what to buy anymore.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a supermarket and there's 20 different types of, dog food or whatever, or cat, fish food for cats or whatever it is. How am I supposed to pick one?
Yeah.
It has to be arbitrary at some point.
Yeah.
And it's the same with television. Like someone like me who tries to watch every good show.
Yeah.
Good, in inverted commas. It's a job. It feels like a full-time job. Because there's a lot of good stuff out there.
No, I could compare that to me at work trying to recommend a gin to someone. Most gins are vaguely the same kind of bitterness, and you shove it with a tonic.
Yeah.
Is that just because you're an uncultured swine, though?
No, because I quite like gin.
Okay.
And I have ones that I prefer. Okay, maybe I couldn't tell you exactly why I prefer them.
Yeah.
But if you honestly wanted me to go, well, I mean, this has got this botanical and that botanical. Well, yeah, sure it does, but one means that one gets a fucking piece of lime in it and one gets a cucumber. At the end of the day, I'm probably still going to recommend you Gordon's over Hendrix because it's cheaper.
It's also sponsorship there. That was just like a sincere advert then. I would always recommend Gordon's, cheaper with better taste. I mean, it depends on what you're into as well. Like when it comes to beers and stuff, I'll usually, if I go to like a beer, place.
A beer.
What are they called now?
I don't know.
A brewery, those.
When you go to a pub.
So those like hipster or we brew, that sort of shit. I'll have a beer. What kind of beer do you want? I don't even know how to answer the question.
Yeah.
So I'll just say your cheapest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, as opposed to when it comes to film, someone say, what film would you recommend? And it's that Scott Pilgrim moment of, that's kind of a big question.
Yeah.
Because if someone asked for a recommendation at work, there's no way in hell I would recommend the cheapest beer,
Right, which is...
Bud Light.
Oh yeah, famously terrible.
Just because it's the weakest alcohol.
Yeah.
And probably one of the shitter tasting.
Right.
Although Carlsberg is not that much better, in our pub certainly it's 20 pence extra.
Yeah.
I think I would pay the 20 pence.
Could you do the thing on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not quite. Alright.
What were you going for?
Well, when we actually get there, I'll bring it up because we will no doubt get there. That I was bitching about the length of Lord of the Rings, and we will have exceeded the length of it.
Right.
But we're not there yet.
No.
We're about 3 hours out yet.
Alright.
I can't remember where I was at.
The beer.
Well, you started off using that as an analogy because for Sam and television.
Yeah.
So are you saying that like any television will do, or most television will do?
I think that was about there being too much choice, I think. Is that
Oh,
what you're
okay.
getting at?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The point being that that's the choice. Yeah, so with gin,
Yeah.
there is the choice when a lot of it is the same shit.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see what you were doing.
Can we try and remember everything we've talked about?
No.
Because
Right.
I need to know what we haven't wrapped up.
Okay.
Okay.
We definitely wrapped up Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely wrapped up Breaking Bad. That didn't feel too bad now. The 40 minutes we talked about Breaking Bad at this point.
If Star Wars isn't wrapped up, I don't really have anything more to add on it.
No, but
I don't either.
Here's the thing: Marvel and Star Wars are big topics. You can find things to talk about for both of those. For I feel like forever.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, if we wanted to, we could like talk about the controversy or whatnot surrounding The Last Jedi, or like the sequel trilogies. It stands. Do we want to?
Not really.
No.
How we link in the next conversation starter, I don't know.
What is the next one going to be? Between two
Between
ferns?
two, I think you get between two ferns before you get to paedophiles.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys see the Between Two Ferns film?
Do you know what? Funny enough, I haven't.
Speaking of
no,
Netflix.
Right.
Speaking of Breaking Bad,
Speaking of Netflix, fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen the trailers for it, but it already drives me insane.
Why is that?
It's just not the kind of show I ever expected. I think, given what it was,
Yeah.
it's not something I ever expected to get made into a film.
is that the point?
Probably,
Yeah.
but why the fuck did it need a film?
That's the thing. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's like, oh, they made that a film. Huh, how bizarre a world we
Yeah.
live in. But,
But now
problem
you
is-
have. But now you have to go watch the film. It's
Yeah.
not just it's not just like.
It doesn't take a lot. It's on Netflix. It's not even getting to
No, but like the joke is, there's a Between Two Ferns movie. Oh, how
Yeah.
strange. But there's a Between Two Ferns movie
Yes.
now,
Yeah. Ha, funny joke.
Yeah.
But now there's 2 hours of...
Is
yeah.
it any good though?
No. Not really. It has some amusing moments, but...
Because I was saying,
the thing with the original show, the show, is that it's short, it's silly, it's anarchic, it's just meant to be surreal kind of humor,
Yeah, I was saying because this was a show that he did, which once had Barack Obama on it.
Yeah,
which was moderately alright.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one of the problems though with it's American surreal, so it's never going to be good surreal. But Eric Andre is good, but he's no Chris Morris, right?
No.
But the problem with a show like that, even getting Obama on it lends it a legitimacy because the US presence is not just going to show up on any show. It's going to be vetted and like, oh, this is suitable. This is this is enough anarchy.
Yeah.
For you to like look cool and for young people, but it's not going to like disrupt your career or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Between Two Ferns film. Because then you have to try and impose structure on that anarchy. And there's a scene that we talked about in the film where broadly the plot is he has to travel across America with his crew, interviewing celebrities so he can get his own show, his own late night show. And his crew generally dislike him. And there's a scene where it's kind of towards the end of the second act, and they're all starting to become, buddies. And there's a moment where they're in a bar and they kind of profess that they're warming to him, and a song comes on and they all dance to it. And it's a very sentimental moment where the audience kind of go, "Oh, I'm glad that they start to like each other." And I was waiting for the joke to undercut that because it's between two ferns.
Yes.
Like, oh, well, but it wasn't. They played it as just a sincere
Mm.
moment of like, oh, they're coming together. I'm like, what? This isn't. What is this? This is any other film.
Yeah.
I didn't know sentimentality had its place in between two ferns.
It's a bit like that reminds me of like my big problem with the Dead-poo-l films.
Exactly.
Yeah. The whole point of Dead-poo-l is he's anarchic and he breaks the fourth wall and he's just like he does whatever he wants and and yet those Dead-poo-l films, they don't they are just kind of normal superhero films, but he'll occasionally go, oh, I'm breaking the fourth wall now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because there's
I don't mind the first one. I'm not massively on the second one.
I mean, I sense diversion coming on. Do we want to do that?
About Dead-poo-l?
Yeah, briefly.
I don't mind, yeah. I haven't got much to say about it.
Okay. No, it's just because I never read the comics. My first exposure to Dead-poo-l was the
I'm going to get some junk through tweet.
Okay. My first exposure to Dead-poo-l was the 2013 game.
Yeah.
In which I think, from the character description, I think is a very good representation of Dead-poo-l. One of the first things you can do in the game is Dead-poo-l has a phone conversation with his own voice actor about how he wants his voice actor to play him.
Yeah.
There's also a moment where you can go to the toilet and you can just sit on the toilet, and obviously they have a black bar will appear in front of Dead-poo-l on the toilet. He will then take that black bar and extend it to a comical length.
Right.
It's like, oh no, this is actually how much you need to obscure.
Right. I see.
That feels like what Dead-poo-l should be doing, not have a sincere action scene and then go, I'm breaking the fourth wall inside the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth
Yeah,
wall break.
I think that's genuinely the biggest fourth wall break in both films. It's just when he says, oh, it's 16 walls. I think that's the most quote-unquote Dead-poo-l-y thing that happens.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Which, and I don't films, I see it would be difficult to do a film that doesn't have a story or a thematic arc or whatever. But, it's Dead-poo-l, be creative.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, with Dead-poo-l, you can literally get away with...
You can do anything you
almost
want.
anything.
Yeah, it deserves a Spider-Verse treatment, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Or make it, instead of just oh, Dead-poo-l wants these, become a father figure to this other mutant. Just go mad with it. Just the point of the film is he has to find the character arc. I know you need someone to make that work. Not anyone could do
I know, yeah.
that story well or in a way where it's not completely up itself.
That's the problem as well.
Yeah.
Get the Jump Street Boys on it.
Yeah, Lord and Miller.
Yeah.
But that's my problem with Dead-poo-l, and it seems to be a similar problem you have with Between Two Ferns.
Yeah, it's I don't know what to say.
If you're going to sell yourselves as anarchic and irreverent America, be those things.
Yeah. That's the problem with America. I mean, when that much money is going into something as well.
Yeah.
But it's not anarchic. It's not truly fourth wall breaking, dimension shattering stuff. It's Ryan Reynolds being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Doing his Ryan Reynolds thing.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds in a Ryan Reynolds movie.
You were talking about people who wind you up earlier.
Yes.
Them Tom Hollands and all that.
Yes.
He winds me up a little bit, Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. For that reason?
Well, he just doesn't shut up. Does he?
Yeah, no, that too. Yeah.
It's the same with Pikachu.
So I'm fine with to talk.
Sorry?
I'm fine with to talk.
Yeah. But no, he played Pikachu the exact same way he plays Dead-poo-l.
Yeah.
It even sounds the same.
It is Ryan Reynolds, isn't it?
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And he just keeps going. It's that American sense of humor. It's if we
He's
just
Canadian, weirdly enough.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But he seems to have adopted that American sensibility of, we'll just keep talking and funny things will happen.
Yes.
He's also been afforded this weird thing of, because of Dead-poo-l, he can now get away with near enough anything.
Yeah, but he's definitely one of those top 10 times Ryan Reynolds was the best person alive.
Yeah.
And he has his moments. I don't find him completely unfunny.
No.
It's not my type of humor.
No.
Really.
But that's the thing, thinking back to the first Dead-poo-l, all of the things that film does to be funny. There's like one moment that I remember genuinely laughing at, and it's the you both seen it, right?
Yeah.
You know the sequence where he's met his girlfriend, and they have that sequence of them having sex together on like specific holidays throughout the year. It's like Christmas, National Women's Day.
Yeah.
The one where it cuts to them just like sitting opposite each other reading books, and he just looks up and goes, "Happy Lent." That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a funny joke, and it says something about the characters.
Yes.
It's like they've reached a point in their relationship where they've decided to give up sex for Lent.
Because that's how,
Yeah, and for Lent you give up something you love, so they've given up sex with each other.
Yes.
It's a nice comedic beat, and it says something about the characters.
Yes.
And that's the only time I think I laughed.
I genuinely can't remember anything about Dead-poo-l other than TJ Miller saying like, you look like a whatever. I can't even remember what the line is.
You look like an asshole threw up on another
You look
arsehole.
like an asshole. That humour where they said just do 20 different things.
Yeah. He did this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can like look.
I think
It's the Will Ferrell school of comedy, isn't it? Which is, I'll speak until tridents happen. You know. I hate it. I hate that.
Yeah.
It's okay to write comedy.
Yes.
I would say. I enjoyed it more than you did the first one.
That's the thing. They're okay. They're okay superhero films, but they shouldn't be superhero films.
Because it does have the moment
straight
where
up superhero films.
He has the tiny hand.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably grossly inappropriate, but that scene did make me laugh.
And then they do it again in the second one, but it's his legs this time.
I can't even remember it.
Oh, he has tiny legs.
So in the first one, he cuts off his own hand.
Right.
To escape Colossus.
To escape Colossus.
Right.
Which does leave Colossus with the middle finger like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But then obviously the hand regrows, and he's got a tiny hand, and he's touching his genitals, because he's living with the blind lady, and goes, I bet it feels huge in this hand.
Right.
And then he tells her to obviously leave, and you know what he's about to do.
Right.
Which, generally speaking, made me laugh, but it is a bit.
Yeah. Puerile.
Yeah.
But, as I say, I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
Okay.
But I haven't made it all the way through the second one.
Okay. Yeah. I don't really remember much. Like I said, I remember bits and pieces, but I remember them being okay. Like I said, they shouldn't just be sincere superhero films, but taken as like a sincere superhero film that's being slightly irreverent. They're okay. Like there's the. I remember like the first action sequence on the highway where he's like it's the bullet countdown.
Yeah.
He's only got like a set amount of bullets. As an action scene, that's a pretty good action scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good idea for
It's a good idea for an action scene.
Yeah.
It's got a solid premise.
Yeah.
It shows off the character's ability, and it's good as an action scene.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Not in, Dead-poo-l film shouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with you, but think about how difficult a challenge it really is, because in a character that can do anything, in breaking the fourth wall, can literally do anything.
Yeah.
How do you contain that at all then?
No,
it's like if there are no
Did
rules,
they have to?
This is what you sort of, if you're going to do a film, you sort of have to impose something on it.
Yes.
Because it feels like they still went fairly by the book.
They did.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they still went way too vanilla for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, how hard it would be to like really capture that utter anarchy.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you know what I mean.
But then again, I don't know. I was gonna try and think of an example, but I can't really off the top of my head. As like a in terms of like a big budget example, the Lego Movie maybe. That kind of feels like it's sort of being a little,
it can't do anything though, is the thing.
No, yeah.
It's still stuck in its own universe.
Yeah.
But I know it's anarchic in it inverts what you'd expect.
But it does kind of feel like slapdash and like,
Yeah.
Oh, it sort of feels like anything could really happen, even though it is following a very rigid structure.
But when Dead-poo-l could theoretically break through the cinema screen and come into the cinema, it's like, right, okay, how can we do anything if we can do everything then?
Yes.
Option paralysis.
Yes. No, I take your point.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm sort of advocating for this. I know that if that was brought to me, okay, you're going to have to make this Dead-poo-l film.
Yeah.
We want it to be like fourth wall breaking and insane and anarchic, and make it.
Yeah.
it would take me a while.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't even do it well.
Yeah.
I'd have to really think about it. But yeah, if you're going to adapt a property like that, then you should try and embrace it more than they seem to have embraced it. I think.
Do it justice.
Yeah.
Like I said, the game is like that's an ideal starting point. One of the first things he does is speak to his own voice actor. That kind of stuff is what you need to be working with, even if it doesn't inform the structure of the film. Your momentary comedy beats, should be that kind of thing.
No, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I should. Then yes, harking back to Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said everything that I had to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from the trailer.
Yeah.
My opinion was, why is this a film? But B, I just didn't think it was great as a trailer.
No, it's not. It's not a great trailer.
To hark back to talking about El Camino, very well made trailer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gives away nothing but tone.
I genuinely can't. You said that, right? You've said that on the podcast.
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember.
Yes, that's been. We are nearly 3 hours in. In terms of recording.
I feel like I need a snort of cocaine or something.
So yeah, anyone that's listening isn't going to hear a 3 hour long podcast.
No.
But we are nearly 3 hours in recording.
If only because over the course of this 3 hours there've been racial expletives.
During moments of hysteria.
Yeah. Audio of us listening to animals being raped.
It wasn't just animals.
That's staying in.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It wasn't just animals. Yeah.
Speaking of, what's our last?
It does tie in terribly to the last point. It kind of ties in. I was trying to figure out a way in which we would segue this somehow through movies, probably through Kevin Spacey.
Okay. Right, okay. I could just announce it.
Oh.
Pedophiles. Sorry, paedophiles for British.
Paedophiles. Okay.
We've been recording for too long.
Just screaming paedophiles at this point.
Yeah, Sam here has a small list of things that we were going to discuss on the podcast. I don't think I was here for the penning of this list.
No.
So yeah, where the hell did paedophiles come from?
I don't know where they came from.
Bless you.
Something in their childhood, ironically.
But no, like all of these lists are all kind of like film related. They all make sense as like
I'm going to grab a glass of water.
Please do.
The best.
As a digression of topics.
This is about paedophiles and he wants to be alone. Funny, right?
Oh, Eddie.
You keep talking about Ian Watkins.
Paedophiles feels like just something out of the blue compared to all the other topics.
Yeah, no, when you departed for a couple of hours earlier to grab your laptop, somehow, one way or another, Eddie and I started talking about Ian Watkins, who was the frontman for Lost Prophets, which are a band from Pontypridd, where Jordan and I are from.
Yes.
That was... there's a tonal inconsistency across this podcast. That was convicted for pretty much the worst crimes you can imagine.
Yes. Do we go into specifics, or do we just say to the listeners, look it up if you want to?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's the worst thing.
Yeah,
it's the worst thing.
Yeah,
so whatever. Yeah. You right there?
Yeah.
Yes, but this brought up the question of how much can you or should you separate an art from the artist?
Okay. Oh, I see the connection now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
we'll stick with Ian Watkins briefly.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lost Prophets they put out. What was at the height of their popularity? Where did Lost Prophets kind of lie in the musical landscape?
I mean, they were headlining.
The Headline Download Festival.
The Headline Download. They were quite big in America.
Okay.
They recorded all their songs in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Had a #1 album in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They were big at the time at which rock was on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, the early noughties.
Right.
So you're talking the times when MCR, Green Day, they all got on like Radio 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2000, we watched the thing, like 2003, I think rock outsold pop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
That's
yeah.
when it out. Yeah, rock outsold pop.
You want to take a minute, Eddie? Been coughing all day, bless you.
Yeah, you got you got Linkin Park, you got Green Day, you've got My Chemical Romance, Foo Fighters, although like the Killers, all that all that stuff came in the early noughties. So, they were massive.
Okay.
I was never a particular fan of theirs.
I have no idea if I sort of knew of their music before the news came out.
Oh right, okay.
That's the thing. Is it Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja?
Yeah.
That's a song of theirs, isn't it? That's a song I feel like I knew for a while. That's kind of like Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's just one of those songs you know of.
Yeah, it's just in the air.
Yeah, it's just kind of in the air. But yeah, them as musicians and their discography in general.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I really knew it before I knew.
I can't say that I'm fully acquainted with them that well. I don't think I can name you any albums. No. I know the singles, I knew a few songs before all this because I used to watch Scuzz and Kerrang after school all the time, and I think it was in 09.
Me, the channel Scuzz.
I know, yeah. That's gone now, isn't it? Or Kerrang's, one of them's gone.
I think they may both be gone.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was 09. I'd come home from school and every single day they'd be playing "Where We Belong," which is the Lost Prophet song, and "Rooftops" as well. Standing on the rooftop.
Yeah, which is the big song.
The big song, yeah. So yeah, they were big. But anyway, that got us on to talking about, like I said, how if you can separate the product from its producer. What would you say? Broadly speaking, I imagine it would be dependent on the case.
Yes, that feels like a cop-out answer almost, because it feels like it's taking a middle ground a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it genuinely is. Like, there are certain people where you will naturally sort of make exceptions. And I think that's okay.
I think so too. I mean, I do not take a middle ground on this. I'm quite unapologetically. I think you can separate them.
Yeah.
And we are talking in this case about the worst offender.
Well, this is the thing. How many people are in Lost Prophets? Or were in Lost Prophets?
It would have been about 6.
Yeah, and it's tainted by one man's crime. You know?
He's the front man.
He is the front man. It's not like, it's just the bassist or something.
I looked up what is sort of became of Lost Prophets, which is the band No Devotion today.
Yes.
And they have, in the last sort of year, been working on their second album as a new group.
Okay.
Because it was essentially all of them and a different frontman.
Okay.
From the sounds of it, they've lost 2 of them by the time they've got to this next album.
Yeah.
So
they've probably lost profits, haven't they? But anyway.
You're a cunt. No, but it's in my opinion.
We're having a conversation about Ian Watkins. You call me a cunt. Have some perspective. I'm not that bad.
Man, I've got prison time. It's fine. No, but it is. I think it is subjective, is what I sort of said to you. Because for me, as someone who was quite a fan of Lost Prophets, I find it quite difficult to listen to stuff. And I don't particularly know what it is. But I don't really listen to it. Whether it's just because I was quite in that sort of world, I would have probably had every B-side single, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd seen them live several times, all that kind of stuff. Then there's Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
Which we will acknowledge on the spectrum of horror is not as bad as Watkins.
No, it's not.
But it's still...
Few things are, I think.
Yes. But, I just want to make it clear that we're not amongst those who say that it's all one thing. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Oh, no, there's definitely...
There are gradations to this.
Gradations.
Spectrum, yeah.
But I'm still... films like Seven, films like Baby Driver,
American Beauty.
Yeah. These are all films I'm still watching or have watched since those sort of allegations came out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I never saw House of Cards when he was in the first place.
Has it changed your opinion or altered the way you watch those films at all?
I don't think it's altered.
Okay.
Purely based on the fact of in Seven, I think he's a very brilliant character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's not in a lot of it. Is
He's
he?
not.
No,
he's
he's
not.
not.
He's not in a lot of it. But
Detective. Sorry.
But also, with that film, part of the gimmick was he wasn't. You didn't know he was in the film when it originally came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he's very. He's a very, very good actor.
He is.
So, it's a very good performance. So, with Baby Driver, he's in half it, but I'm not necessarily watching it for him.
Yeah. Well, that's the film you watch for the director, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting because he's an actor as well. So it's you're seeing his characters when you're watching him.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that added level of separation that you don't get with a singer because the singer is who
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of cases where I felt. I'll be honest. I have a fairly, I think, not tolerance for what they do, obviously, but I'm able quite well to detach those two things.
I can't think of, off the top of my head, I can't think of any examples of somebody has done a thing and it has forever ruined my enjoyment of their work.
Yeah, the only thing is like whenever I see Lost Prophet stuff now, it's just that hanging over it of like, oh, but he was really doing that.
It's a shame because if you look at like a lot of the music they've got released on YouTube, or at least the official video, all of the comments and stuff are disabled.
Yes.
But if you look at, is it No Devotion you said?
Yeah.
If you go to that, a majority of the comments there are like, oh, it's such a shame what happened to Lost Prophets. So it is something that like those people have to carry with them, and it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it's the only example I can think of is Woody Allen with what he's been accused of.
Yeah.
And then seeing films where he plays characters who have relationships with very young girls, and it's very much a point in the film.
Yes.
Of like, oh, isn't she like 17? He's like, oh, she's almost 18.
Oh, right.
And he's playing this character.
Yeah.
That has a weird thing to it when you see it now.
Yeah.
When you see Manhattan and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's because it's so close to, I can't, but yeah, I don't, I wouldn't give money to these people anymore.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. But Dave Chappelle as we talked about, makes a point in his latest special, which he says... Which he says... well, he doesn't believe a lot of the Michael Jackson accusers, but then the joke is, but even if it's true, it's Michael Jackson. Which, is a joke, but it does highlight the point that it depends on how much a fan you are. Can you honestly say, if you're a massive Michael Jackson fan, that you're never going to listen to his music again?
Yeah.
I think you might say that publicly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you would do so.
Well, that's the thing. Like with Lost Prophets, because we're pretty much in agreement that there probably isn't many people out there who've done worse than Ian Watkins.
No.
And like I said, I wasn't aware of Lost Prophets. I didn't really listen to Lost Prophets music at all before it happened. I think I know like 3 songs of theirs now. One of them's in like my top 100 songs.
Right.
Now, I know this statement's going to seem strange given that we're doing a podcast. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable saying that, like...
Yes.
If someone was like, oh, what music do you listen to? What's your like favourite music? I don't know if I would highlight the Lost Prophets song.
Just like... It's not
you can't mention it without a cushion of context.
Oh, yeah, you need to like qualify the shit out of it. But yeah, so like, you can't really take a position of, oh yeah, it does ruin their work when I like think. But yeah, I think that you should be able to separate the artist from their work.
You should.
But also, if you're not a fan of that artist already, then you're not going to give them not the benefit of the doubt. What's the thing I'm looking for? You're not going to give them that kindness, I guess, of separating their work from...
Yes.
You'll probably be more inclined to use it as a reason to not engage
You're not
with their
going to
work.
be generous. Yeah. Yes. And obviously, it is ultimately personal opinion.
Oh yeah, we're not saying this is how you should feel, or
No,
this is the right and wrong.
But I will say this.
Okay.
I think it is wrong if you condemn someone else for still enjoying their work.
Okay.
No, yeah, I can
Yeah.
appreciate. Because
If you're uncomfortable listening to Lost Prophets, don't have a go at Jordan because he does. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I do agree with that. It is personal opinion. It's each for their own.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I say, for me, I couldn't even tell you what it was.
Yeah, no.
It is just a thing of. I think there was a point where I listened to them up to, and then I was like, actually, I'm just not. Whether it might just be that I wasn't enjoying listening to them anymore. In all honesty, you know, my music taste has changed. In the last 7 years. So there is every chance it could just be that I no longer quite enjoy that music as much as I did.
Yeah.
You know,
and you know that's. It probably ultimately it is a matter of scale. So let's just say you were a fan of the work of Jimmy Savile, who was never exactly a critical darling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, my family has the running joke of me and my sister were fans of Lost Prophets.
Yes.
The only autograph my uncle, one of my uncles has, is from Jimmy Savile. You know, it's a running joke that we'd had poor taste as a family.
Yeah, you know, it's...
Oh God, you've got like a Peter Davidson autograph, don't you? Is he next?
like that.
It's Peter Davidson and David Tennant. So
Oh,
that's
no.
on the list.
Oh no.
But let's just say that you were a fan of his.
Yeah.
That might be quite difficult to separate because he wasn't an actor. He was just a personality.
Yes.
And so the scale of what he did, I kind of feel sorry for a lot of American comedians who always cite Bill Cosby as their hero.
Oh yeah.
With all the stuff that came out about him.
Yeah.
That must be hard.
Yes.
That must be difficult, you know.
Yeah,
about
he was a
Oh,
big name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like every comedian cited him as an influence, pretty much. Him and Pryor.
Yes. No, I was going to say, like, just in terms of what happened, Ian Watkins did a worse thing.
Yeah.
But Savile did more of it. So
yeah.
Would we say Savile is worse?
Savile is worse, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take that back then.
Yeah.
The 2 or 3 times I said, Ian Watkins has done the worst thing.
He's done the worst. Yeah, he's done the worst.
Ian Watkins has done the worst thing. Savile's just done a lot more of it.
Yeah. Well,
is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Without getting into the specifics, obviously, on the physics of all this, I don't know everything that Savile's been accused of, but and I could be completely wrong here. I'll caveat that I could be completely wrong. I don't think he ever did anything as bad as what Watkins did. That sounds horrific to say. But in terms of that one thing...
Yeah, it might be the scale of Savile.
He did a lot more, but I don't think he went that...
No.
Yeah.
I know,
You know what I mean.
If you don't know what we mean...
Yeah. Look up what they've been accused of.
Yeah.
If you want to. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it isn't... I will say... It isn't the nicest of things.
I think
it's not at all, and they're both evil. And evil, you know, it doesn't matter ultimately whether one's more evil than the other.
No,
but I'm just if we are talking about the spectrum here.
Yeah.
Then, on the pure act, Watkins may be the worst offender, but the scale of Savile's crimes.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that was a tricky topic.
It was. And we didn't even throw glitter into the matter, and I didn't know.
I'm not well versed on glitter, but yes.
Yeah, like we didn't mention Rolf Harris. We didn't mention.
No, I vaguely versed on Rolf Harris. Glitter, I know a little bit more about.
Yeah.
But glitter is usually not as bad as Savile, but it's a similar kind of line.
Oh, okay.
The one thing you'd hope from all of it is that it now basically makes it impossible forever. Now.
What does?
Doing that sort of thing on that scale.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of David Tennant, he.
Oh, okay.
he was on Graham Norton, and he said that now in this day and age, with the way the film industry basically works, there's so much more like in terms of protocols.
Yeah.
So like
that's right. Yes, I remember this.
So like particularly like with the Me Too movement and everything is different in the way you like audition for things and everything like that. So you would think it's certainly becoming a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Because that seems from even as an outsider, it sounds vaguely like things are being put into place, you know. Whatever you think on Woody Allen.
Yeah.
whether it's true or anything to do with history, people are still going to be in Woody Allen films. Woody Allen films are still going to get made.
Yeah.
Because he has also made some great cinema over the last...
Yes.
However many years he's been making films.
Also pretty much cited by every comedian as an influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, his films are going to get made.
I think what this is, it's a failure to take a person in their totality, isn't it? That's what it is. That people are... There's light and there's dark, and some are darker than others and some are lighter than others. But this refusal to sort of... And it is a symptomatic of the Me Too movement and all this stuff, which is you get... And I'm not talking about the worst offenders here, but people who went on a bad date and have now ruined a career over it, right? I'm talking about those people.
Yeah.
People are being judged collectively and they're having their lives ruined by the most embarrassing thing they ever did.
Yes. I mean, it's the thing of now you can't even have sent a tweet 7 years ago as a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
To a friend, So, for example, I know neither of you follow football.
No.
But there is a footballer who plays for Manchester City called Bernardo Silva, who is currently about to pop. It's still up for debate, but looking probably like he's going to get investigated for a tweet he sent to a teammate who he is friends with.
Yeah.
Who completely understands he's joking.
Right.
But no, because you sent something that could be considered offensive.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we're going to investigate it.
Because I asked you this earlier. Think of the worst thing about yourself.
Yeah.
Either the worst thing you ever did or the darkest side of you. We all have dark sides, right?
Yeah.
To our personality or whatever. The worst thing you ever did. Are you letting that stop you from being what you want to be?
No.
Right. Then life shouldn't be ruined over certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's... Whenever there's a change, it's going to swing too far the other way. And I hope the pendulum sort of evens out a little bit. But that remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
God, it feels like a long time since we were talking about Breaking Bad.
Yes.
It really fucking does.
Are we just going to call it there then?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has been Funfiltered.
Yes.
If this probably won't even stay in, but yeah.
No, I don't... So, in case we decide to give it an ending, should we say a thing?
Okay.
What should we say? Well, thank you for joining us on this. God, what time is it, lads?
Yeah.
So it's 1:40 now in the morning.
Right, and we've been going for how long?
About 3 hours and 40 minutes. 3 hours, nearly 3 hours and 45 minutes.
So over the course of the podcast, we're probably slurring a little bit more. Not because we've been drinking, but just, yeah. So
but we have been drinking this delicious Diet Coke. And Coca-Cola.
Full fat Coca-Cola.
Yes.
And off that, this has been this has been the first episode of Funfiltered. Please join us again, cunts.